Good night, everyone, and should I say good evening, rather? And Michi, another exciting episode, week 6 of the SPL, and it promises to be a bump. I mean, we've got a top of the table clash. We've got a clash with the opening match here, where it affects both the top part and the bottom, and all nail biters.
Absolutely. I mean, this first match here, we have a player that's fighting to prevent being relegated, and we have a player that's trying to get to that number one spot. And at the same time, we've got a sense of experience playing a sense of youthful exuberance. So it's
Yeah.
going to be an interesting sort of dichotomy
Yeah.
of events tonight.
Yes, so the spotlight is definitely not on us, but the players. Let's now give them the time so that they can tussle and get to see who will come out on top.
Absolutely. I can't wait for the action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Nico and Lucas just getting ready to lag.
This matchup here, it's going to be between Nico and Lucas. We do apologize there for the striping. It will be sorted out shortly. That's it, Nico and Lucas. Players are in high spirits, Mishi. It's week number 6.
No, absolutely, and I just think this is where like the real crunch time comes into play. I mean, Lucas said it himself. It's a big match. You don't want to leave your best or your last ditch effort to the last week to try and maintain your spot in this league. So he will be, I reckon, laser focused tonight. And the same with Nico. I mean, he never takes a match for granted.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see. I'll be rather more concerned with the approach, knowing that Nico likes to fly at everything, and Lucas has been playing conservative pool, but maybe he might need to take it down. I mean, this is a defending SPL champion. He's now a borderline case for relegation.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Nico, I reckon, will be coming from the standpoint of being aggressive because he's got a bit of an upper hand. He's relatively safe in terms of the rankings, so he will be looking for breaks and finishes, golden breaks, and it will suit his style of play. Lucas, he has been conservative, but he has had, I think, even in his words, he would say a little bit of an off season. So it'd be lovely to see him return to a bit of form. I mean, he hasn't played badly, but there's been a few crucial misses here and there. So he'll be looking to solidify his spot and secure a little bit of form again.
Yes. And going back into time, Michi, during that stage where Lucas was unbeaten, the man that put the brakes on his record was the same guy that's on the table
Indeed,
now.
this man, he took that top prize away from him, didn't he? So that BMT uh, that Nico has is definitely going to haunt him a little bit if he doesn't get a foothold in the match.
Yes. And Nico is just one of those players that are hard to play at because, you know, he will not give you an inch of a bad performance indicator. Did we say it too early now?
No, no, he overran that one a little. One small mistake, but even having said that, and maybe there's a bit of a commentator's curse there, but he never gets into his own head from what I've seen. He's as aggressive if he's 5-1 down as if he's 5-1 up. So
Yes.
he won't stop going for his finishes. He won't stop that sort of confident play, pattern play, sometimes unorthodox pattern play that we see. But Lucas has a good opportunity to build up his own confidence now.
This is a night, Michi, where Lucas needs everything to work out in his favor in terms of his positional play,
Your
in
lady
terms of
luck.
the lady luck and the diligence, the application.
I can't fault Lucas on his dedication and just he's so process driven. Um, And sometimes in the game, it's so tough. I mean, you'll be queuing well, but here and there, bad decision, or just like a little bit of tiredness maybe, and you lose a couple of crucial frames, and suddenly you're sitting at a position that you never thought you would be. So, yeah, he's disappointed at the moment, I think, but I think he's going to be locked in this
Yes,
evening.
he's definitely has to be locked in, Michi. If you look at the landing that he got here, he's got to seem a good position
Going to
because
force an angle a little.
yes. Did you see that?
And no, it paid off in his favor, so that's decent to see. Yeah, he was trying to use that backspin to come off the cushion and then either knock out that red completely, get a bit of better position, which he's managed to do. Now he's just going to make sure of the center pocket. Well, he's opted. Maybe
Yes.
in his own mind, he's like, I don't like that center pocket. But a beautiful shot as he
Yes.
rolls that one in onto the black, settling into a shot. Following
And there
through
is
nicely.
Lucas on frame number 1. Let's go back into the leaderboard, Michi. We see here that Nico is ranked number 3 and Lucas is at position number 6.
I mean, Lucas has his work cut out for him. He's 5 frames behind Shane. So he's got to make up for those points somehow, and also hope that Shane supposedly wouldn't have a great week. But Nicky only has to make up 2 points to get or to overtake Llewellyn by 2 extra points. And with his firepower, he's well capable of doing that.
Yes, so and he wouldn't like to leave it for last. That is Lucas.
Yeah,
Tonight's
you
the night.
don't want to have a do or die situation. So tonight is probably for Lucas the most important night of the season. It's going to be the difference between him playing in Division 1 next season or retaining his spot in the Pro League section.
And this is a prestigious position, playing in the Premier League of the SPL.
No, it is. I mean, look at all, like I'd say 80% of these guys all have Pro Tier colours. They're all multiple winners of multiple competitions, big competitions with big names in South African pool. So these guys all want to be in this league. No one wants to get relegated. And there's a lot of keen up-and-coming players in the lower divisions who really want to be here on a Thursday night in front of the cameras, giving a bit of a show to the audience, obviously playing for that prize money as well.
It's that moment now. It's frame number 2, and Lucas needs to go at it all guns blazing.
Yeah, and he's left with not a certain finish, but he does have that yellow closest to the sort of top side of the table. He's going to have to cut that in, have a fairly thin edge. White's going to be traveling fairly far unless he can run into this yellow. There we go, like he's just done. And he set that position up nicely so that if he just stuns it into the bottom left-hand pocket, he can play this rail shot as well. The bottom 2 are fairly easy to get onto and to use the angle of the one close to the bulk line for that final yellow. But this is a key shot here. Okay.
Yes.
Left himself with a good angle,
Some
not
great
too much of
landing
an
there.
angle. Yeah. So here he doesn't want to land too fine on that second last yellow. He's going to finesse this one in. Good shot as well.
Yeah, and just to sensitize you guys, tonight we'll be having an interview with the Kanyam Foundation a little bit
Awesome.
later in the program. The board of directors are here with us tonight, and the project manager as well, or managers, yes. So it's going to be an
great to
awesome
have them
pleasure.
with us this evening.
Wow, what a shot that turned out to
Yeah.
be.
Considering he didn't have much of an angle to work with, he's got a fine cut on this black. He's just got to be mindful of the white. Beautiful. And you can hear it. Yes.
He needed the deft
Yeah.
touch
That
on the red there.
that sort of shot is the difference between you staying in your chair for the next half an hour or racking up enough points to keep you in this league. So Lucas will have an extra point added to his tally because of that. Remember the rule with the break and finish doesn't get you an extra frame, but it gets you an extra point. And obviously it's all about the points here. And just to remind our viewers, we are working with black ball rules, but we've imported one or two extra features like the golden break as well, where players can get extra points.
This is the SPL sponsored by Sombani Group of companies. You know, we've got the likes of the Dive Club as well as Nooks Creative and Q Sport Africa Media. Imagine, imagine what a story that could have been if he
You got
managed
that
to
golden
get.
break.
Oh,
It was going, it was going.
Mamma mia! Mm.
Dare we say that Lucas's fortunes are changing a little?
Let's have a look
In
at
this
that
league.
break again, then, Michi. Look
Nice
at that
controlled
black.
break.
Mm.
It just needed to ricochet off that little
Of the
yellow,
yellow
just off
there,
that
yeah.
yellow, and then it was in.
What a response this could be if Nikki has to pull a C plus here.
Yeah, he's got to make a finish. The yellows are far too open. So here it's about that aggressive approach, that confident approach that we so often associate with Nico. I like the variation of shots he has. He's not just a showman for the the pure fact of like banging the ball in. He varies his repertoire of shots. He thinks carefully with that confident approach.
Yes, we're coming to you live from Billiard Cafe in Rivonia, and I can tell you now that your playground awaits as we expand Billiard Cafe to now have a venue in Rand Park Ridge.
Billiard Cafe 2.0. And he ran out of position there, but see that creativity coming through. It hasn't been rewarded, but he definitely overran that last or second last shot.
Has he got something on the red?
I think you can see it.
Yes.
We can't see the potting angle from this side, but he definitely feels like he can do something with it. Thank you, as always, to our cameraman. He definitely has the potting angle there. It's so accurate. On the black, C plus, as you say, loading.
Yes. What a story this is turning out to be. Let's give him a second to see if he will
It
dispatch this.
appears it's going to be quite a tussle. Who can finish or die? Beautiful. Wonderful to watch. Even with the mistake of position, he managed to create something.
Yes, what a shot that was,
Yeah.
you know, getting onto the black.
It reminds me a little bit of the style of Sean Chipperfield. If you watch him play, like he just goes for everything. There's no safety involved or anything like that, and he's able to create something out of half chances.
Look at that shot there. And for a
Beautiful.
second, it looked like
It looked
the
like he was
yellow was
naked for
going
a
to
second,
obscure
but
him. Yeah.
he was fine.
Where are you watching from? Please join us on Facebook as well as on YouTube, and let us know where you're watching or following the action from December loading. And come December, we will be having the playoffs of the top four.
Yes, that's going to be an exciting evening, the final evening of the season. And I want to extend this question to our audience. I was asking both of our players on the screen now, who do they think should most be playing in this league? So both of them mentioned Aiden Joseph, very interesting. Are there any other players you guys think would be most suited to this format?
Yes.
So maybe we can lure them out of their hiding spots to come and play for their positions.
Yes, just the other day, we were followed on the stream by Marvin Lamea, you know,
Okay,
all the way
yes.
from the Western Cape.
Yeah.
So it's those sort of players, you know, the likes of Robbie Grace, you know, people that we know can bring about the excitement and so forth, you know. the Swan leg of this would be something of interest, you know?
Yeah, there's so many players that like we haven't heard of like for a while. And when I think of the Western Cape, I was watching some of their feed from their ultimate venue, and the likes of Kevin Martin or Marcy,
Yes.
all of them would be exciting additions. I would love to see Jakub
Jakub,
Sheikh
what a special player.
play
Yeah.
in this league as well. I think he would enjoy it tremendously. Obviously, Jeremiah. So there's
All the big bangers.
and players that are entertaining and highly skilled. If we had the likes of them in leagues like this, wow, that would be incredible.
Dream landing, we
Yeah.
can call, huh?
Beautiful landing by Lucas. He's just making his work so easy. He's making the game look very simple and just indicative of his class as a player.
There is now another C plus now.
Yeah, C plus
Can you
indeed.
believe it? Back to back.
A reverse dish, as they would say. And Lucas is showing he's a bit of a comeback kid
Yeah.
at this point in the match.
This is turning out into a ding-dong battle, Misha. Even Ed is impressed amongst the crowd, you know, at what the players are dishing here tonight.
They're averaging just over 3 minutes a frame as well, so the frames are quick, they're exciting. Players aren't messing around with too much safety when the finish is on. So really, really good entertainment for our viewers.
So whether you are a player or a venue owner, visit superproleague.com to see how you can join the SPL. If you are a venue, we are looking for you to host one or more of our SPL divisions from next season. And if you are a player, don't forget, once you are in the SPL, you are eligible to play in our parallel 10K knockout series.
And if you want your overall game to improve, I'm gonna give you some statistics that prove that playing in this format is beneficial. Gauteng had their seniors trials over the past weekend, played at Flames, not here, and the top 3 ranked players in Gauteng all play in this SPL. So Shane Pillay, Llewellyn Sedgwick, the Panther, as well as Ketan Naidu. So being under this sort of like simulated pressure can only do good for your game. And even in the divisions below this, being put under that pressure of having to be so locked in and make a finish and get enough points to get ahead and promoted to the next division, it just teaches you a whole different aspect of the game, which is exactly what is needed for QS in our country. Yeah, I felt like he really should have gone for that center cut first. So he's left it for later on. It's going to end up being a little bit of an issue, I think, unless he goes for a fine cut now.
Yes. This is more like going to Pretoria. And when you're
Having
in
a short
mid-range,
left.
you're thinking that, you know what, I forgot something in Parkloo, you know?
Yeah, a little. So he's made it just a little tricky.
Let's see what Lucas plans to
The
come
thing
up
is,
with
I
here.
mean, he's done well to recover there. But on this type of table with the cloth that slides a fair deal, playing like a delicate shot like that from far out with quite a big angle often does not work out. But all credit to Lucas, he's backing himself. Playing like the player I've seen play at Worlds, that's for sure. Unfortunately missing that centre pot, but he had to try and control the right at the same time. So he's left Nico probably in one of the least favourite spots on the table for a red finish.
Take us through some of the profiles of these two players that are on the table, Michi,
yeah, of
for
course.
those watching to be able to know more information about the two players.
And it's no surprises that Nicky is ranked third. You can see the caliber of his play, that first finish. He's the player on this league was sitting with the most break-in finishes. He has 6 of them. He's had 3 wins and 2 losses. Even those losses, he managed to get a few frames to improve his standings on the leaderboard. And you can see on the back of his shirt, it's no surprises that his nickname is Fearless. He hails from Krugersdorp, that's west of Johannesburg. He's a senior technician in his company, and he's just got so many accolades. He's been a black belt champion under 18, under 23. He's been the men's individual SA champion as well. And I think his most notable one is at the World Championships back in Scotland. He was the runner-up at the under 23, which is no easy feat considering the caliber of overseas players.
What a profile the man
Amazing
packs.
profile.
Take us through the highs and lows of the gentleman on the table now, in terms of his profile. That is Lucas.
Right, so Lucas is such an established player. He used to play for Easterns, now plays for Central. He's an 8-ball player by trade, if I can say that. And he doesn't look it, but he is already 50 years of age. He's 50 years young, shall we say. Also a businessman. He is a business improvement manager at Dynamic Fluid Control, and from his countenance and his just general demeanor, it's no surprise that his nickname is the Ice Duke, or we've been calling him Iceman. He was in Ennis earlier this year in Ireland, representing the men's team, not the over 50s, but the men's team, which is also impressive. And he's been in the men's team at Worlds 6 times now. He was in the Opens team to reach the World semi-finals at Worlds level a good few years ago now. And one of his favorite memories from this year was when he was playing against Tom Cousins in the round robin format, and he managed to beat him. Obviously Tom Cousins, a household name in terms of pool across the world. So an extremely accomplished player in his own right.
This man on the table now is
creating
super
something.
Confident, yeah?
Yeah. Nico's never met a shot on the table that he didn't like, I don't think. And he also reads the pace of the cloth really well. Uses it to his advantage. He leaves little angles here and there, uses the cushions really well. Understands the dynamics of the pace set up on this cloth.
Good looking passage of play by Nico here.
Oh, very few mistakes been made. Score now going to 4-2 with Nikki to break.
This is going so quick, Michi, so
this is the pace of play that we should be seeing.
And remember, all you would-be sponsors out there, there's always space to come in terms of sponsorship where you could have your name on the side of the table, just next to the pockets or so on. You could have a sponsorship opportunity on the players' golf shirts. There's ample sponsorship opportunities available.
To get your brand out there and more visible. I mean, we do broadcast to people from all over the world, and we've got a track record to prove it. So it's a smart investment.
And we also like to take this opportunity to thank all the SPL followers. I mean, we've reached 200,000
Yeah,
now.
it's fantastic. The viewership is really great. The online fans are super interactive. They give fair commentary and feedback. They're really supportive of the players. So we really appreciate their input as well. And that's the whole reason we want to entertain you. We obviously want to get pool out there. I mean, everyone's watching, loves pool as well, would love to see the sport grow, and this is how we do it.
So this is a match where Nico plays for two
It's a good shot.
reasons here. One, to try and go up the leaderboard, and the other one is to try and restore, his favorite tag, for the forthcoming, that is knockout phase, the playoffs at the end of the league.
You want to end
So,
as
yeah.
high up on the table as possible
Yeah.
to stand a better chance of winning that final prize.
He's the
And
defending champion in
that is
that. Yeah.
a good positional shot. Lucas just working his way through the gaps there, just sorting one problem out at a time.
I tell you what, if there's one prolific player that we have in pool in South Africa, it's Robbie Grace. He's so good at working out the the smaller gaps, same like this frame turned out to be.
Yeah, and he's got such a wealth of experience as well. I mean, even the likes of, we'd like to see more of our veteran and masters players play this format as well.
Yes.
I know Alan Brody has been quite vocal about wanting to be part of the setup as well. And he's also like a fantastic player when he's on song. So we've got plenty of capable players out there.
In the last couple of weeks, Lucas also did not have the luxury of playing, in the earlier games, and I'm not sure if it's good or bad, but they're never easy, coming up and you like opening, you being the opening act at a theatre performance.
Yeah, I think he's enjoying the earlier match for once. It's never easy when you start your match at 10:30 at night. I mean, like all of these players work like 9 to 5 jobs as well. So it's definitely taxing on your levels of energy, working a full day, playing late, getting up early, going back to work, putting in the time for practice when you've got a demanding job as well is really tough.
He kept some decent position here to try and attack this frame here.
So Nico got a nice little angle there. Played it with perfect pace.
Yes, to take the one in the front there.
The one on the rail at the bottom of the table. He stroked that one in really well. And now this frame has opened up beautifully. Once again, using the cushions, zero fear there.
Yeah. That's a kind of shot, Michi, where maybe it could have been easier to land, where you just had to play a drag left, then keep position for the one.
For this one in the center. Yeah. No, I agree there. So now you just got to work out, probably going to have to use a little bit of bottom.
And see the one to the
little
corner
angle
pocket,
in the corner. Bring that around to the initial position he should have been in.
Yeah. Pace is important.
Yeah, but I reckon Nico's got that down to a fine art. I saw him actually yesterday just before I was playing league, or was it Tuesday? I don't know. I've spent a few evenings here this week. And he was on the table putting in time. So he and this table are friends, should we say.
Yes, because once you're at this level, it takes a good couple of sacrifices, not being only at the top, but staying at the top.
Yeah, I mean, getting to the top, you've got you feel as if you've got nothing to lose. You're playing freely. You're not worried about any of the results. But once you get there and you have a target on your back, trust me, it is so difficult to stay there. Players are ruthless, and then keyboard warriors can be ruthless in this game as well.
You can say that again.
So to not get inside your own head and to retain that confidence of not having anything to lose when you do have something to lose, that is an art all in itself. So yeah, I like the character that Lucas has shown coming into this match, all guns blazing. And also, likewise, of Nico, who never seems to let any of that bother him.
Most definitely. We're also going to take a moment now to get to chat to Mbali from Uzukanye Foundation, So Mbali will be joining us here briefly whilst Michi is on a short break. Alright, for now guys, good evening, and we are now going to be taking this moment to welcome in our shows Mbali from Uzukanye Foundation. So we want to know a few things about you, like one, can you tell us about the Uzukanye Bogodo Foundation and the work you do in Alex?
In Alex, oh, thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure and such an honor to be here. Truly, I'm very excited. So my name is Mbali. I'm the founder of Uzukanye Bogodo Foundation. We are an upcoming foundation born in Alexandra, We started in 2020 during the challenges of COVID-19 pandemic. I'm sure you remember how everything went during those times. It was born from an urgent need to close the educational gaps in Alexandra. We started this whole mission as a response to driving the gaps in education that we're experiencing in Alexandra and making sure that we empower our community and also build community resilience as well. Our mission at Uzukanya Mbogodo Foundation is to be an out-of-school, a leading provider of out-school programs in childcare and youth services and development. We aim to provide and empower underprivileged communities through education, career readiness programs, financial literacy. Today, Uzukanya continues to uplift young people and shape future leaders one success story at a time.
What inspired you guys to really get started with this?
To be quite honest, I started the Uzukanya Mbogodo Foundation so that because I saw how many young people in Alex are feeling left behind. I mean, to be quite honest, we are now in the fourth industrial revolution, whereas technology is taking over. And unfortunately, when we're in the townships, not a lot of schools have got access to such support programs. So the gap in education is what really pushed me to starting this foundation and making sure that we all have equal access to opportunities and to career programs as well. We exist to make sure that we close the educational gaps and give young people opportunities that they so deserve so much as well.
All right, well, we continue with Mbali while she's still here. We were still watching this matchup here. I know you've been following the SPL here.
Yes.
What do you make of the setup here? Because it looks so awesome.
Yeah, it truly is. I'm very impressed, with everything, how it looks out, how it turns out, especially with the players and, making sure that everyone gets the opportunity to come here. We truly do enjoy it. We've been following you guys ever since we started collaborating and partnering with SPL. So to just be here today is such a big honor as well.
What a great ambassador. So can you explain the collaboration between Uzukanya Mbogodo Foundation and SPL and why this partnership is important?
All right, so the partnership between Uzukanya and SPL is powerful because we share the same vision, building confident, disciplined and well-rounded young people. So with SPL, you guys bring in the structure, the mentorship and the sports development. So Uzukanya brings in education and community grounding. Together we can create a balanced opportunities for youth in development as well. This partnership opens doors for our learners. From sports development to life skills to discipline. It strengthens our impact by combining academics with physical development. Together we create spaces for young children to have a safe, consistent space where they can come to and actually grow and explore other opportunities that are available to them as well.
Tell me, you got two of your partners here.
Yes.
Tonight. Please introduce them. Let's get to know
who's who.
accompanying you here tonight. You can just say hi on the mic.
Yes. So I've got my partners here. I've got my sister, who's also one of the people that we founded the organization with. Her name is Nandi Mabaso. And then we also have Karabo Siga as well, who's also part of our organization. So it's one of our partners is not here, unfortunately. Tidi Samusa. Hi, Tidi. I know she's definitely watching. She's probably going to leave a comment. But we are very excited. So I'm going to introduce them quickly.
Hear from Karabo.
Karabo.
Good evening, Karabo, and how are you here tonight?
I'm good. So how are you too?
Yes, and Karabo, your first time out here at this club called Billiard Cafe. How are you finding the venue?
It's pretty good. Everything has been set up well. I didn't expect it. The people, it was welcoming. I can say that. Yeah, they're very friendly people. I could say that.
Tell me, in your opinion, what makes your organization different from others? Just from your own perspective.
From my own perspective, I could say because, we come from township, so we can see we're trying to sorry. Okay. Oh, can you please pardon?
Yeah, what makes your organization different from the others? Yeah.
You're trying to fill up the gap because of townships. Kids from townships, they don't get enough education. So you're like, you know what?
All right. So yes, I've asked you a good couple of questions. So it is that moment where Mishi, my co-presenter, will take you through some of the questions as we age down.
Okay, no problem. We'll do that. No problem.
So Misha will be speaking to Uzukanya.
Good evening. It's so nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much for inviting us over.
You have such an exciting partnership Prince has been speaking about. What future opportunities do you envision for this setup?
Okay, so I'm envisioning, my whole vision is that we want to involve the youth, to these opportunities, want to bring it to them, and we also want to bring these kind of opportunities to the townships as well. So, because I believe in exposure, so when kids are exposed to a different world, when they're exposed to different opportunities, we unleash the beast in them. There's so much hidden talent in the townships, but there's just not enough resources to help them create that impact and to make something out of those challenges. So the future looks very bright because I believe that if we are able to engage and get even more people to come through to Uzukanya, then obviously we'll be able to help more children to get equal access to education, skills development, and also with SPL as well. It's also going to gain awareness in the townships, as well as in the locations where you guys are not able to reach. So we will be the bridge to reach those organizations.
It's just so awesome to hear that, like, with our legacy of apartheid, that we have foundations and people like you so invested in changing the narrative, in changing the story of people still affected by the past. So we really, like, I take my hat off to you. I mean, I've been to pool clubs in Soweto, in the location, and when you see these kids grow and get experience and success in a sport like pool, it just changes their whole outlook on life.
True.
So in a different manner, getting skills development and exposure for them, showing them that there's so much more out there.
That there's so much, it's so much more. This was I was even telling Edward the other day. I'm like, there's so much untapped potential in the township. We just
100%.
And even starting with an entrepreneur, a well-funded entrepreneur is able to take their places, to take that business very far. So if we had to invest in our children at a young age, there's a saying in isiZulu, it goes, "Ligotra lisase manzi." I will teach you that.
Please do.
Ligotra
Igotra
lisase
lisase
manzi.
manzi.
Yes, what it means that we train children while they are still young so that they can grab it and learn while they are still young, so that when they get older, it's already a habit that is built within them.
Absolutely. As a teacher, like, I can say myself that when that prefrontal cortex of theirs is still developing, and you put in good habits and in good patterns, they reap the benefits of that when they're older. So absolutely.
Absolutely.
So what I'm interested to hear as well is your foundation, the Uzukanya
Mbokodo.
My apologies.
No problem.
Foundation. What makes it different from other community organizations?
I think what really makes us very different is that we are rooted in Alexandra Township. So we see the challenges that people face. We are with our community when they face these challenges. They come to us firsthand. We know what schools need. We understand what the community needs. We understand what the government is lacking. We understand the support that parents need. So what really makes us different is that we actually have a personal relationship with all of our stakeholders, because they come to us with such problems. They say, hey, listen, my child is in grade 7, they're struggling to read. How can you guys help us?
Yeah.
The principal will tell us, this is what we've been doing, but we are struggling. The government will come and tell us. So then now what we say, as Uzukanya Mbokodo Foundation, how do we then come together and solve this problem? Because there is a problem with the schools, there is a problem with the communities, there's a problem at home. Because remember, in Alexandra Township, most of these kids are born into single-headed households. Their income level is less than probably 5,000 rand per month. So obviously, to meet some basic needs, it's quite even difficult.
And sorry to interject, but I wonder how many of these households are even just child-headed households.
There are child-headed households, a majority of those. Unfortunately, we also live in a community that is highly infected by things such as poverty, HIV and AIDS, unemployment in youth. I was so sad, because we run an empowerment center as well. Like I told you, we do skills development in Alexandra. So you find that a child has finished matric, they matriculated, but they still don't know how to use a computer. That means they won't be able to draw up their CV. They don't know how to use a computer. They won't know how to draft up a business plan. They might have a great idea that I want to start something, but because the knowledge and the skills and the resources were not available to them, they were not exposed to them, that puts them at a difficult place. But when your child is exposed to such opportunities, it's easier for them to see them and find them. I honestly believe that once you see one opportunity at a time, you see them for the rest of your life. But if you are not exposed to that, then what are the chances?
What I like about what you're saying is you incorporate, in terms of like giving aid to communities, you're incorporating what they call like a SMART principle, so you're responsive. So you're actually going to your stakeholders and you're saying, what do you specifically need? You're not using like a cookie cutter approach and just throwing technology at them that's not accessible to them. So definitely like listening to them, making them feel heard, making them feel appreciated.
Appreciated.
It's such a big step.
And funny you should say that. One of our motto here at Uzukanye is that we refer to each and every youth, each and every student that walks through our doors as a VIP. So VIP stands for
Awesome.
valued, inspired, and prepared for success. So we value
Brilliant.
our children, we inspire them, and we are there to help them prepare for the future so that they can be successful as well. We want to hear these success stories. We don't want to just read about it in the newspapers. I want my next door neighbor, a child that I grew up with, to say, hey, listen, I'm a CEO today of so-and-so company, because why Uzukanye was helping me throughout school. This is what assisted it out. There was SPL, there was Stepping Tennis, there was all of these organizations that came through. The most important thing for us is to see the impact and to see kids be better versions of themselves with the
Yeah.
support and the resources that we come with.
And sometimes the best advertisement that you can have for an organization is that of testimony.
Yes,
When
true.
they become so successful and they are like motivational speakers
Yes.
at various initiatives or companies will look and be like, yeah, we need to get involved on this with
With
this as
these
well.
organizations,
And
yes.
it snowballs, doesn't it? And just
Yes.
makes it even more impactful.
Yes, yes.
So we speak a lot about Alex. So why specifically Alex are you focusing on? What makes them most deserving of all these opportunities?
So so we are still a new organization. We started with Alexandra as our pilot place because that's where I grew up.
Okay.
I was born in KZN and then we moved to Alexandra. Obviously, my dad, when he came here to look for greener pastures, then we
Yeah.
moved to Alex. So I've lived in Alexandra most of my
Right.
my entire life. So I'm very aware of the community's needs, very understanding of what is required, but still not forgetting that I actually come from KZN. There's other townships that we have experienced as well. So our vision was to start with Alexandra Township and then also move on to other townships. So like for instance, next week we're going to Soweto, where we're going to be
Wonderful.
doing an introduction. We're going to invite you guys, so you guys hopefully will need to be there as well.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, so we're going to be in Soweto. We're going to be assisting one of the pool guys as well. So we are expanding to other townships as well. We're also going to be going to Vosloorus. So we're not just focusing to Alexandra only because that's where we started. That is where it was born. But the
Yeah.
vision and the mission is to spread out through all townships in Gauteng, to townships in South Africa, to rural areas. We want to go where the need is needed.
Yeah.
You know, where the people
100%.
need us, that's where we need to go.
Just mention quickly some of the organizations you're working with and what are they doing to support your mission?
Okay, firstly, we're working with you guys.
Of course.
Of course, so we're working with SPL, and then we also have I Remember Education, which is a digital platform, one of my favorites. So this platform assists kids to give them access to digital academic resources. Kids that use the platform have shown an increase in their marks by 30% as soon as they start using the app, with our guidance as well.
Wonderful.
We have Stepping Tennis Foundation, who was here last week. So
Yes.
we also assist with sports and discipline for kids as well. We've got the Department of Treasury. They assist us when we've got events. When we're hosting open days, they usually come through to assist us. So we actually the government is doing something, And then we also have local schools in Alexandra Township. We have built a very good community with the principals and the deputy principals. So when we go there and say we are from UMF, they know what we're talking about, And then we also have volunteers from the community, in Hlakanipo Empowerment Center, so the community as well, because we understand that sometimes the reason why people are not able to get jobs is because they don't have experience, they don't have the skill set. So when these young people come to Uzukanye, we provide them with the skills. So when they volunteer, we do a skills exchange. So we provide them with the skills, we provide them with the training, they get their reference letters, and the kids also benefit from getting tutors from these volunteers. So when they leave Uzukanye, they've got the work experience. They've got their certificates of attendance, so they already have an impact. Or it's either they've got a business registered. We also help with business registration. If you want to an entrepreneur, you want to register your business, you don't know what to do, we assist with that.
It's so holistic, and it feels like you guys are really thinking of all the nitty gritty to make sure that this actually works for them. It's not just a once-off handout. There we go. Now do it yourself. It's a continued partnership.
It's a continuous partnership.
Which is amazing. So, what sort of message would you like to leave with the youth and potential partners who would be watching this?
All right, my favorite question. So to the youth, I'd like to say that you are worthy, you are capable, and your dreams matter. And you must always follow them. To our partners, we'd like to say join us, please, in building a stronger future. Every resource, collaboration, sponsorship actually helps us to empower our kids. Like I said, we are going to be doing a drive for open days for January, so we are hoping to reach at least 300 kids in Alexandra.
Yeah.
So with your support to our sponsors, our stakeholders, whatever collaborations sponsorships, donations, maybe someone that could be helping us is probably in your phone book or your timeline. We are open for that.
That's awesome, and I can't see why business and partners wouldn't want to assist with this.
Yes, because we're doing an amazing job. You should, you
So
should
altruistic, yeah. I think it's amazing. Okay, so how people might want to get involved. So how can they support UMF and just be part of the mission? What can they physically do?
Okay, so like I said, we can support us by partnering with us.
Yeah.
Because like I said, every sponsor is required. If you can sponsor a learner, if you can volunteer your skills, if you're an accountant or if you're a business person, whatever skills that you guys...
Any skill set.
Any skill set, we are always willing to learn. If you've got a program or a project that you are doing and you'd like to partner with us, we truly appreciate that. We also are in need of resources as well to make sure that the mission goes through school readiness programs as well, so that we can be able to reach out to the community. Like I said, we are not just focusing on Alexandra. We want to go to Diepkloof, we want to go to Soweto, we want to go to Tembisa. We want to reach as many kids as possible so that we can make sure that each and every school has got an out-of-school program, especially in their rural areas as well, so that every child doesn't just sit home after school. They've got someone, a mentor that believes in them, that it's
so
all possible.
That's awesome. So please, guys, I mean, you're hearing the work these guys are doing, so please do get involved. And if they do want to get involved, where can they find you? So what are your social media platforms? What's your contact information?
All right, so we are on Facebook. Facebook, it's Uzukanya Mbogodo Foundation NPC. On Instagram, we are at Uzukanya Mbogodo NPC. TikTok, Uzukanya Mbogodo NPC as well. And then you can also send us an email for collaborations and sponsorship at Uzukanya Mbogodo, at uzukanyembogodo@gmail.com. Our phone number for WhatsApp and calls, it's 064-185-1889. Can I repeat that, ne?
Please do.
So it's 064-185-1889.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think you've enlightened us so much into the awesome work that your foundation is busy with. And I can't say enough how important it is for our country that so many of these foundations get involved at grassroots level.
Yes.
Help us empower our youth. Because you do that with the youth, it just knocks on to the next generation.
True.
So thank you so much for joining us. It's
Thank
been
you so much.
lovely chatting to you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity for being here. It's been a pleasure as well. Thank you so much.
Right, travel safely.
See you then. Bye.
Right, we joined
That
back
was
up,
the Ukukanye Foundation from Gomorrah. Alex, with love. What a pleasure it's been, guys, having you here, Mbali and the team, and Mishi. Yeah, there's been some awesome moments in this matchup itself. As you can see, Lucas put up a sterling comeback, to try and draw level in this match, but it's like slipped away from him with that
little,
unfortunate,
Nico
comment
on
that
a
could have been,
mission. How great was that interview with Mbali?
Yeah,
So
that
proactive
was
in the community.
out of this world. Yeah, we need a lot more pioneers, modern pioneers like Mbali, and for someone as young as him to take up
And-
this massive
And
initiative.
I see this happening a lot in generations. I mean, like, I work at a private school in Loneel,
Yeah.
and there's even initiatives where, like, some of our kids will go to, like, a community center with some of underprivileged, less fortunate kids. And
Yeah.
they sit, simple things, like they sit and do homework with them, or, like, textbooks that we're not using, or, like, shoes, or clothes, making sandwiches. Getting involved in these sorts of things, simple things that make the daily lives of less fortunate communities a bit better, a little easier, so that they can become a little bit more empowered to go for their own goals. It's just so important to be involved in that sort of thing, and to give back
Let's just
to
have
your...
a relook at that ball that Lucas missed. I mean,
Yeah, he was not
when
happy
he
with
went
that.
down, you could see that he's got a quarter chance at potting that.
Yes.
But it was always a litmus test
Yeah,
to
and he-
really get to
and he's,
position from that
looking at
position.
his reaction now, he's fuming.
Yes,
He's not happy with that at all. I mean, he
he's-
established such a nice lead in the beginning, but Nico just kind of edging his way ahead now. Right, Lucas up out of his chair. Right, he's still got a chance. Come on.
I'm telling you now, it's 3 minutes of possible destiny.
Yeah. If he can, getting 6 frames is still alright. You might lose the match,
Yes.
but still getting a decent amount of points is super important. So he's got a tricky opening pot here. He's just checking to see if that combination shot is going to work, and hopefully it doesn't. I was going to say rattle.
Yes,
And
yes.
it did.
It wasn't
the angle
easy.
wasn't ideal. So that might be his last visit to the table. We'll see. He's got some points still, so 5 points is fine. Nico, if he makes this finish with 8 points, I know Llewellyn has just arrived here. We'll be looking closely at this match and thinking, what do I have to do to stay in the lead? But Nico, just seeing those pockets, isn't it? Through the game. And when someone's playing like that, it must feel like they're almost impossible in such a zone.
This man is in such a zone, you know.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of weeks he's been a standout player, hasn't he? Look how he cleans that finish up. No time.
With a minute and a half
And
remaining.
Petunia working double time to make sure that they can get another frame in, perhaps.
And I can tell you, Michi, that we saw Lucas looking at the time, remaining on the match itself, and
it all depends on the break.
yeah, we'll be having our viewers connecting with us on Facebook as well as YouTube shortly, guys. Once the technicians have worked on some of the minor hiccups. And we're seeing the man of the moment, Nico Erasmus, putting up a show here.
I mean, he's got a half opportunity to finish this match. Can you see the red clearly through there? I think you can. Yeah, finishes on.
That's the value of practice, Michi.
Building up that confidence as well. He's got 40 seconds. He's got enough time. And he's not doing anything silly. He's just moving with a sense of urgency around the table, but nothing reckless in his process. And he's going to land with some great posse on that black. Finishing off with a break and finish.
Yeah.
Getting a bonus points.
Wow, and
what
that
a
brings
finish.
about
15 seconds to go, and that will be the end of this first match. Shortly, Prince is going to do our post-match interviews with both Lucas and Nico, and final score being 10-5, and I reckon Nico will be very satisfied with that indeed.
Good evening, guys. After another terrific performance here, where Nico Erasmus hit a zone halfway through this clash here, we're going to get some post-match thoughts here from Luki. Luki, you came here as a man on a mission tonight, but halfway through, your mission was kind of like derailed. What happened?
I started like a house on fire. Thought I played pretty well. Had my first break finished. Thank you. Take that. But Nicky was strong in the middle. He was just, I was making mistakes and he was capitalizing on my mistakes. So well done to him. He played very well tonight, as always. And he deserves it.
One more week to go. Everything to play for, Luki. What could be the improvement areas?
Well, again, just don't make mistakes anymore, and just up the pace like I did tonight. I think my pace was pretty good. It's just to close the frames and stop making so many mistakes. But next week's going to be a big week.
And this was one of your polished performances in the season too.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was one of my best. I also prepared pretty well. I knew Nicky was going to be a high-speed game. And I was prepared for that. So, back to the drawing board, but 1 week left, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you, Luki.
Thank you very much.
That was Lucas giving us, the lowdown on what kind of went wrong, in this mechanism to try and get things to really happen. But now we're going to move over now to the victorious Nico Erasmus, and Nico will give us a little bit of a lowdown on what really set him apart from Lucas tonight.
I think we both made mistakes. I just capitalized and played a bit in my rhythm, and then played well then.
Looky, Nico, you actually put in some extra hours of practice this week, better than most weeks, and would you really say it played a decisive role?
Not really. I think the state of what my mind is in at the moment, I'll play a lot better at the moment. Yeah,
This guy just have a way of bringing the very best out of you. That is Lucas. Tell us why.
It put me under pressure. If I go under pressure, I can play at my best.
And your message to the fans, I mean, you've got your mom and the whole of the Westland watching you, and Africa as a whole. What's your message?
Thank you for all the fans, to everyone supporting me, to everyone supporting the SPL, and keep on supporting us.
Gentlemen, that is a former SA under-23 player. That is a man that has also been to the finals of the SA Championship as well as the World Championship. Good night and thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
There was Nico Erasmus, and now we are continuing our build-up to the second match of this evening that's going to feature Ketten up against Llewellyn, and that is a top-of-the-table clash, and you're going to be joined shortly by Mishi, that's going to be taking you through the player interviews.
Right, welcome back, folks. We are shortly going to present our second match to you, and it promises to be an exceptionally exciting one as well. We have Ketten Naidu, who's going to be versing Llewellyn the Panther Sedgwick. Both of them, interestingly enough, having played trials over the weekend. I wonder how that table time is going to impact their performance tonight. So I would like to start with Ketten, who's going to join me here for his pre-match interview. So are you still feeling a little tired from the weekend?
Oh, yeah, the weekend was a marathon with the trials. But Llewellyn also played in the trials, so both of us had a good table time. Obviously not on this table, but yeah, I finished third, he finished second.
Brilliant result indeed. And you are sitting 1 point behind him as the leader. How important is this match and then going into next week for you to try and regain or get to that top spot?
Well, massive, because Nicky just played now and he hit 9 points, and he was, I think, 1 point or 2 points below me. So this match here decides, more or less who's going to be in the hot seat next week.
And also like who you're going to play in the knockout series as well. So what's your strategy going into tonight? Are you going to go all guns blazing?
Always all guns blazing. I just hope that my breaks work, because I think me and Llewellyn are both strong players, and it's going to come down to the breaks. Who gets that 2% luck on a break-in? Yeah.
Good luck for tonight. Play well.
Thank you so much, Mish.
Right, you heard it from Ketten, a really important matchup for him tonight. Secondly, let's speak to Llewellyn the Panther, also coming off the trials from the weekend. So, good sir, how are you? How are you feeling after a long weekend?
I'm good, feeling quite confident tonight.
Just an observation I read from your social media posts. Just elaborate on what it means to come back strong after a rough start.
Well, effectively, again, just going back to the basics, just kind of like clicking the reset button to a point. You basically have to forget what happened. Get back to the grind, get back to the basics, and then you just basically hope the balls roll in your favor.
What do you think is going to be the key factor tonight in determining who wins and who gets the most points?
I've always said it, Michelle. When like me and Ketten, we are both strong players, I would believe, and then it comes down to the breaks. If whoever's going to have the best break on the night is going to take this one. But I'd like to just make an example of Nicky's last apple. Good break, and then that gives you another 2 points.
Well, we certainly hope you can top that and make it exciting going into the last week. Good luck for tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle.
Without further ado, we're going to hopefully witness an awesome match. Prince is busy joining me here as well.
Yes, good evening, Mishi. Another stellar evening awaits us here. And what better way than to have it with this top of the table matchup between the two heavyweights of season 2.
Indeed, and again, I think it's no coincidence that a matchup like this follows a weekend where they both ended up in the top 3 in the seniors playoffs for
Yes.
Gauteng trials.
So we're going to be using the time now to actually see the head-to-head in as far as how the players are sitting here tonight, Mishi.
Yes, if we look at their frames that they've played, Ketten sitting on 27 frames won, whereas Llewellyn slightly ahead on 30. 2 matches won by Llewellyn, but 4 matches won by Ketten. Their frame win rate sitting at 70%, very decent as is. And one of the key factors which might play a role tonight is break and finishes. So the dish points going 5 for Ketten and 3 for Llewellyn.
So it's a needle clash from what we've witnessed, and the show certainly not with us but with the players now. Let's get to see what kind of performance they're going to dish out tonight.
Let's see if they can top the last match's performance, because that was indeed quite special by Nico.
The jury's out.
The jury's out.
Yeah.
Cheers folks, see you now.
All right, this is the heavyweight clash of the evening, and it features none other but Ketten Naidu up against the man that's holding the fort in the form of Llewellyn Sedgwick, and it's going to be all guns blazing, guys. So that's the matchup, guys. Hold your breath, load your data, make sure that you're following this match, you know. Whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Uganda, whether you're in Zambia, well, there's a big tournament happening now at the Billiard Cafe in Zambia. Do follow this and give us your like, share the stream, comment, and also follow us, guys. We are live on Facebook. We also live on YouTube. Let's get your views, guys, as to who is watching and where you are watching from. This is the match of the evening, guys. I can tell you now that Llewellyn is on top with 33 points and Ketten just 1 point behind him. Who is your favorite to come out tops in this top of the leaderboard encounter? Right, this is a race tonight, guys. 50 minutes on the clock. So yes, Llewellyn to break now. Yeah, it's a dry break, guys, and let's look at Llewellyn. He smashed it nice and solid. Good technique there, but you know, sometimes you cannot predict, you know, the swiftness of the break, you know, whether you go hard. So you watching from Billiard Cafe, your playground away, it says we'll be opening up a Rand Park Ridge branch, you know, find us at both branches and follow and the Billiard Cafe, you know, on the socials, and you can also scan right now to be able to follow the happenings in and around Billiard Cafe, the Cathedral of Pool in Mzansi. Starting out well here, that is Ketten. He knows how important it is to hold on to you know, the advantage that you would have found from getting an open table in such a match. I mean, earlier on we caught up with them, Mishi, and
Yeah.
you know, they both highlighted the significance of the break in this encounter.
No, absolutely. You got to get a nice open break. You got to create the finishes. You got to get the points at this stage, and they're both of them are fighting with Nico as well for that top spot. So it's all to play for at the moment.
Yes, with 50 minutes on the table, uh, this is a catastrophic game in as far as is concerned, simply because Kitten is more of the slower player. And
He's
Llewellyn,
methodical.
yeah,
Yeah.
methodical, we could say, yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants it the most, Mishi?
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think they both want it. I mean, no player comes into this sort of format wanting to lose a match on TV where it's recorded or for everyone to see. So I think they both want it. It's just I think how the breaks land and how many opportunities they're able to capitalize upon.
Yes, and we've got here now Ketten being on a nice controlled zone. All he needs is, oh, that couldn't come where he wanted.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a problem now to work on.
So let's get to see the plan B from Mr. Karen Naidu himself, you know, the darling of the South from Lenasia with love.
Finally back online, we have a couple of people interacting with us on the stream. So I wanted to answer a query on our Facebook stream. The score for Lucas versus Nikki was 10-5. It was a cracker of a match indeed. Lucas started off really strong, but then Nikki just came back firing, and he made a couple of breaks and finishes to get 10 points.
Yeah, I would like to take this moment to apologize to our YouTube followers. You know, there is a slight break in transmission, but our technicians are looking into that to make sure that you can be able to follow the stream. But for the interim, please join us on the Facebook page, and hope you enjoy the stream.
Yeah, please join us. And that's really well played. Played the combination really well to make sure that he has enough position for pots on the black. As
And
Keaton would say, make sure.
We've got Laura Lee Govender saying, finally, we're back live. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she was mentioning earlier she was beginning to get a bit of FOMO.
Yes, and we've got Nerik, our usual suspect, yeah, following you as well. And yeah, later on, we're going to be seeing the matchup between Shane and Nsovo.
Yes, that was the pre-recorded match from last week. Obviously, Nsovo in...
Yes, so Shane and Nsovo will be coming up live at 10:30 for those that are following on the stream. And yeah, I can tell you guys that it's an action-packed evening here tonight. And Michi, 1-0 up, Karen. Can we see a potential
golden break? Much like he did before. Let's hope so for his sake. He's going for that cut break, which is Isolating break and finish in the previous frame, and that extends his lead to 4 frames to 0. And he's made a ball on the break now. He's just weighing up his options. It feels like red is going to be his best option.
All
But
right, Holly and Rugba, we're back live. Yeah, what a
Whoever puts in the most time, I think those. Break and finish in the previous frame, and that extends his lead to 4 frames to 0. And he's made a ball on the break now. He's just weighing up his options. It feels like red is going to be his best option.
All
But
right, Holly and Rugba, we're back live. Yeah, what a finish by Kitten to take that 4-0 lead, courtesy of a break and finish in the previous frame. So Kitten up by 4 frames to 0, 4 points to 0, courtesy of that additional 2 points from the break and finish. He is on the cusp of trying another break and finish here.
Let's see if someone can beat that record, that tie set in the previous
The
season. The 3 break and finish.
on a trot.
Once again, apologies for the sound issues. We've hopefully sorted out a few of the kinks. So we're back live with you, bringing you some really good action between players ranked number 1 and number 2. And while I make mention of that, just if you haven't been following the action of late, the statistics. So Llewellyn, no surprises that he's sitting first on the leaderboard currently. And he's made some really good impact, or some good impact on this league this season. His first week, he beat Nico 11-1, for example. And another notable performance is he beat Aaron last week 9-2. He's sitting on 3 breaks and finishes. And then Ketan, his track record has also been fairly decent. I mean, he's sitting on 4 wins and 1 draw, 5 break and finishes. So he's currently unbeaten. So very deserving of that second spot. So both of them going at it tonight.
Yo, what an opportunity lost there for Ketan,
Is it lost though? He has a shot, but he's got to be so accurate. And he's got to run through the white enough to land with a cut on that black to the center.
Yeah, and going to the cushion, it's never an easy preposition.
No, of course not.
Never easy.
No, so he's blocked that yellow, but there's places for Llewellyn to hide the white now. So to give him an opportunity to take a free shot if Ketan makes a foul. Containing shot, all that Llewellyn is doing is just forcing Ketan to open up that problem yellow.
And Llewellyn needs to put up the fight, and there's no better time than now to start staging that fight.
Exactly. I'm sure the score of Nikki from the previous match is going to be weighing heavily on his mind. So he's really, now is the time in the remaining half hour to rack up those finishes and to rack up those points.
He almost just pulled out a fluke
A
off
TV
note.
shot.
Yeah. What seems to be missing here in this match, it's that second gear from Llewellyn. He had something of a slow start to the proceedings, and let's hope that this doesn't get to affect him. I mean, that missed chance on the black.
this performance from both of them is not as clinical as in our previous match with Lucas and Nikki. So if they want to have a chance at that top spot, they're definitely going to have to improve on their finishing capacity in this matchup.
Yes, and Nikki is a guy that is on a roll, you know. He's
Standout performance tonight.
And he's at a level where he can sneak into that top position without anyone noticing.
It's almost as if he's like saving the best for last, and he's just been improving all the time, hasn't he?
Most certainly. I can tell you that the crowd is packing up here nicely.
Yeah, with
you know,
interest.
Courtesy of wanting to witness, you know, this top of the table clash.
Yeah, it's a headliner match. Only problem is with this sort of frame is just eating away at the time, and I don't feel like either of these players can afford that at this critical stage in the league with so few points separating the top three. 1 point in it. Really important to make those finishes now.
Yes, if you are a venue owner or if you play at a great club and you want to bring the SPL to your area, get in touch. You can email us at info@supaproleague.com. I'll repeat that again. info@supaproleague.com. SUPA for Supa. Or visit our website www.supaproleague.com.
Yes, and do get involved if you're a player as well. There's trials for the divisions 1 through 4, and there's promotion and relegation schedules there as well. So you can definitely play well, and you'll play your way into this pro division. And like we've been saying, I know we've been having technical difficulties tonight, but please do follow us on all our socials, on Insta, on TikTok, and then obviously on Facebook and YouTube as well. Facebook is the place to be tonight with the live stream up and running.
Yes, and we would like to take this moment to thank our sponsors, Sombani Group of Companies, Nux Creative, as well as Q Sport Africa Media that brings us this beautiful
it really is
broadcast
stunning.
week in and week out. And lest we forget the venue.
Billiard Cafe. And just also remember Billiard Cafe 2.0 opening in Rand Park soon for those of you living on the West Rand. Exciting times ahead. And while we're mentioning sponsors, just also mention our current players. Llewellyn is sponsored by Print It, so shout out to you guys. And Ketan sponsored by Florida Dance Cafe as well.
Yes, exciting moments here, guys, at Billiard Cafe as we navigating through this match here. That seems to be what we always speak about week in, week out. A tale of two halves to a match. Could this be better?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there's always ebbs and flows, as I've mentioned before, and a change in momentum is what Llewellyn is hoping for with a really good break off that Black is travelling. A little bit more speed on it, and he would have had that golden break and a valuable extra point.
So this could be a key moment where he might only be needing to give himself an opportunity. Actually, when he went for the first shot, he had to knock out the Black over there.
Black. So reds are just the easiest to work with, and yes, it's only that Black. It just would be the remaining problem to develop.
Is it going to go corner? It looks like it's inviting.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he leaves like a little bit of an angle on this red center pot, he can use the bottom cushion to take the white off that cushion and to knock the Black out as well. Yeah, he's
So-
just assessing it again.
Yes, Michelle. Both these players had the luxury of playing in the GP trials this past weekend, so meaning they fit enough to go the extra mile tonight.
Yeah, they should feel mentally that they're still, I mean, their muscle memory is still working very well. I just wonder if you shouldn't develop the Black a little earlier, because that yellow sitting close to the cushion on the bottom side there is going to present a problem if he really wants to develop that Black.
Okay, let's see that shot.
Let's see if
He
he
needs to
proves me
come-
wrong. And he did
Whoa.
prove me wrong. Well done. That
Whoa.
was a great
And
shot,
the black
Llewellyn.
is on now.
I am
Can you believe it?
duly humbled. He worked around that very well.
What a finish that turned out
A
to be.
lovely finish. Absolutely. Getting some points on the board. What the doctor ordered. Reducing the deficit to 2 frames now. All right, guys, so please do, now that we're up and running, please do interact with us on Facebook, on the stream there. I want to pose the question to you guys again. Who do you think should be joining the SPL setup? We've heard of the likes of Ada and Joseph being mentioned by players earlier on, but I'm curious. What do you guys think? Who should join our ranks here? All right, Ketten with an opportunity at the table now.
The score is now 4 points to 1 for
Good opening shot. Ketten chasing the break and finish in this frame. Of that I am certain. So he's got 2 key balls to develop here. The one's on the left side of the table, closer to the cushion. He's got to make sure that he gets really good position. So I reckon he's going to go for that bottom right. Pot in the center, I run through so that he is able to pot this left hand one, or he's going a different route. Yeah, because he needs to develop those sooner rather than later.
big shot, yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
overran that,
think
he overcut it a bit.
I think he went for that shot when we could have got better position on it in the first place. And so that's going to be a little bit of a time waster now. He would have been better to have gone for the simple bottom right hand pot.
Yes, the big test here for Llewellyn is how do you get to the yellow next to the yes.
Well, he's
the-
definitely trying to
yes,
now.
Yes. Was it a bit
He's
too
tied up.
early?
Yeah, he's tied up those one yellow at least.
We can possibly try to get a kiss-off shot here.
Which he has done so, but with limited success. Because now there's a bit of a guide ball for this breed that's in that cluster.
Yes, exciting moments here at Billiard Cafe this evening as we witness this top of the table clash here between Llewellyn, the Panther, and
Ketten. So has he, I'm not convinced that he's landed exactly where he wanted to, but still he's fine. He's got the center red that he can pot in off the yellow and still have nice position on the opposite side, and then obviously to take that long rail pot. Yeah, he's played that really nicely.
yes, and
Left
could have
himself
been a
with a bit of an
fantastic
angle.
landing if he got himself, a little bit closer to that, like maybe played a
Yeah.
follow-through shot, then he wouldn't be too far to that
Yeah,
red,
because now
yeah.
he's on the wrong side of that red going to the center now. So the white's going to be traveling just a little extra than he would have liked. So he's opting to, while he has better, not
Yes.
great, but better position, he's opting to take it out now, but he's got to play it very accurately.
Yeah, he was playing,
hasn't worked
queuing
out.
over a ball, so
Yeah,
that wasn't
I
making
just-
things easy as well.
I felt like if he went a bit more confidently for that red into the center, played it off the cushion, accepted the distance, but he doesn't have to cue over the ball. It would have better served his purpose. And Llewellyn may well have an opportunity to use the angle on the
He might need to play for a double on the last ball, Michi.
maybe, but I think he's going to use this center yellow to bring the white ball around. I think he's going to try and develop it now. No, he's actually going to go for the rail first and then use that to develop it. Yeah, a better option. But now he's hampered. He's queuing over the ball. So now he's going to try and pot that, queue over the ball, and come around to knock that yellow out and still leave a pot.
He will still need the double, Michi.
Yeah, and now it's just a tall order now. So let's see if he can prove me wrong again.
Center pocket, McCunning.
Yeah, he's blocked by that red. He can go for a cross double. But that's tough as well. And he nearly pulled it off.
Yes.
But no position on the black anyway.
4-3. This reminds me of a Champions League encounter last night between Olympiacos and Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you had...
Wait, is that the game with the round ball?
yeah, that was last night. Yeah, where
Sorry.
Real Madrid, we had Mbappe scoring
Oh, I know
every now
Mbappe.
and then. And
do know
he
something.
He scored 4 goals last night.
Yeah, I
But they
remember
came
watching
close
him.
to drawing the match.
Was it what he was playing? No, I probably shouldn't speak because so many people watch soccer who are watching this. But wasn't he the guy that scored so many goals in the World Cup final, but they still managed to lose the cup final because of Messi?
Yes,
I'm right.
yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, tonight we're witnessing another nail biter here in the form of Llewellyn against Ketin that is poised at 4-3 at this point in time, with Llewellyn falling behind by 1 point. But I can tell you now that it is at a stage with 15 minutes and under where we will witness now, the player that really wants to make up his mark.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them will be successful in securing the number 1 spot tonight. I think the rate of play, the pace of their play has been a little slow. Oh,
Whoa, what a shot that
I suppose he
almost
had to
turned
go
out
for it
be.
if he was going to create something. He had to do something special. So, now a fairly simple finish for Ketin, and another valuable point he will add to his tally.
And the dream landing for Ketin here. Let's
Yeah,
get
it's
to
all
follow
right, it's
those
not bad.
that are on Facebook, and they're going to let us know what really is happening in this match here. Who do they think will emerge victorious?
Well, I think regardless of that, there are still going to be not relegated, but demoted to positions 2 and 3 respectively.
Yes, and we've got
Shot.
at this point in time, we do have Llewellyn leading, but only
By
by a mere 1 point. And is it going to change tonight? We've got coming up a little bit later in the program here, Nduna.
Yep, Quinton.
Yeah.
He's excited as always. I think although it's been a tough experience for him, I think he's thoroughly enjoyed the setup. I mean, like, you watch the way he's playing in league and in competitions at the moment. This has definitely had a positive effect on his game.
Yes. It will be exciting to see how this one pans out, if there's still going to be 4 more frames added to these or 5 more frames. The jury's out.
Just, answer to my question from earlier.
Okay.
Someone saying who should be on the SPL. Ree Mohammed. His
Yes.
name has come up. Should be eligible to play. And also
An
just
exciting player without a
yeah,
doubt. Yeah,
absolutely. And to respond to Nkateko Sodi, sorry we're not live on YouTube. I know that's a little frustrating. We are still live here on Facebook, so please don't go anywhere. And did we just witness a foul break? Yes, indeed we did witness that. So that will be a re-rack, and Llewellyn will be handed over the white. Let's see if he can make a better one.
yes, and I can tell you now that
And that will
Llewellyn
be
will wanna
not
make
the
sure
best
that
break.
he holds on to this. This could be a key break in
Yeah.
the encounter.
Again, not the best connection with that second ball. Didn't get any movement on the black. But still, there's passage through the reds. And if he leaves that red on the right-hand side, on the top side here, he's still got a pot into the center for the black. So he wants to leave that as his last one. Well, he's changing his mind, or he's changing the narrative from my perspective there. But looked like he was going to try and develop it early on.
Eastern Cape, are you ready for the SPL? Northern Cape, are you ready for the SPL? Northwest Province, are you ready for the SPL?
Nice to see the supporters commenting on, of the various players commenting on Facebook as well. I know that the players always go back and they appreciate all the words of encouragement, so please do keep them coming. I don't think Llewellyn chose the right pattern there, to be completely fair on those reds.
Would you have predicted at the start of this that this game will be this tight at this moment?
I thought the score line would be tight, but I thought they would play more frames. Knowing the impact that would have on their rankings. So now the pace is a little slow.
And we've got the president of the All Africa Pool Association in the form of Said Lada following the stream here tonight. Say your
Good evening, Sabu.
yeah. Yes, he was my roommate at the World Champs in Bridlington, and
Bridlington's such an interesting place, isn't it?
congratulations, he made one of the GP sides as well for the forthcoming.
Yes, was it the second side that he made?
Yes,
I was
the
following the
nationals,
stats
yeah.
quite closely.
Yes, he's not only a prolific administrator, but
he
also
can
a
play
player
the
of
game
note,
as
yeah.
well. Yes, and a real ambassador for the sport. So thanks for all your sacrifice and good work you do for our sport, sir. You are appreciated.
We got Doki Mutaung, the darling of the Free State, also following here, as well as Sonia that says, "This is eye candy."
Pool is always eye candy, isn't it?
Junaid Ali from Northern Cape with love, also following on the stream, saying, "Come on, Captain." What a shot. In anticipation.
Right, Llewellyn's got some work to do here to get onto that black. Let's see what he can produce. Story miscued.
And a miscue.
Yeah, trying to force that shot a little.
Massive difference between 5-4 and 6-3.
No, absolutely. I mean, there is still next week where a lot can still happen. But right now, Nikki with the upper hand in terms of the rankings, and Ketten looking to secure second spot.
Yes. Which players do you think should come into the SPL? You know, name your exciting player or prospect out there that you think can make the SPL his dream destination.
Yeah, I was mentioning the likes of Marcy and obviously Jakub, but then also a name that hasn't been mentioned much of late is Mabuti. He would also be a great addition to this, wouldn't
a
he?
multiple SA champion.
He
Yeah.
actually he obviously won the SA event most recent one, and he beat Lucas in that nail-biting last 16 match.
Drive Right saying they were not aware of this league. So if you do want to follow this league, all you got to do is visit the website www.superproleague.com, and you can be able to get all the highs and lows about this league. You can actually have this league in your region, in your club. All you got to do is contact us by dropping an email at info@superproleague.com.
So I don't foresee any problem in Kitten making short work of this frame. Still got 8.5 over 8.5 minutes.
Yes.
Will still have to really rack up some finishes to keep himself in contention for that top spot.
And you got Jayshal saying Braden Chetty is one of the players that should actually
Yes.
come into the SPL, an
You know,
exciting player.
I remember when Braden Chetty was still in school, and he was playing in the juniors trials.
Yeah.
This I'm talking about 13, 14, 15
Yes.
years ago,
Yeah.
and we had trials in a club in Soweto. So yeah, so he's definitely come a long way in his pool career as well.
Yes. Afwan Saville, one of the former SA champions, would also be an exciting addition
Yeah.
to the SPL. Let's get to hear what the Cape got to say about that.
A dear friend of mine, Jeffrey Hardy, mentioning Bank Solomons. He's also a prolific hay ball player.
Yeah.
Also a dear friend of mine from a few years back as well. A brother from another mother. So Bank Solomons, you tagged in this. Shout out to you as well.
Yes, so Captain has just extended his lead by a further 3 points. Is there enough time left in this encounter for Llewellyn to really shake it up a bit?
I don't think so. There's 7 minutes, 2 frames tops. So unless Ketten makes a grand mistake, I think.
Sonia says, I'd love to see a ladies only SPL.
Oh, of course, wouldn't we? Yeah, I think with the current trajectory we're on in attracting partnerships and sponsorships, that's a definite possibility. So how awesome would it be to have some ladies playing in their own league, and even ladies maybe even progressing to join the men at some stage once we have this exposure and we're forced to improve and make those finishes. Right, so
What
Llewellyn,
an opener that turned out to be.
he is still
by the
as
way.
determined as ever. So it's always great to see the fight that this very, very accomplished player has. He's not going anywhere just yet.
Yes, you sometimes get difficult passages of play that needs you
Yeah, that's
to
well
really
played.
refocus and
As he mentioned earlier, you
Yeah.
just reset.
yeah.
Start at the beginning again. Go back to your basics.
Isn't it astounding that he hasn't found the time to start working out on that possible double from the red on the other side?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to play. Oh, that's unfortunate. That end-off is going to cost him dearly.
So the red was open, guys. It was open, but a testing shot, and this is slowly edging away from Llewellyn's path. Where do you think Llewellyn went wrong? He went to get that kiss there.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was a daunting kiss.
yeah, it was unfortunate because he landed. Otherwise, it would have landed very well on that rail shot. Yeah, he's visibly frustrated with that, understandably so. And will that be the last touch of the table that he has? Maybe.
And he's looking up to the heavens for some divine
For some divine
intervention.
intervention. Yeah.
Is it enough time for that now? You just never know.
Well, there's always enough time for divine intervention. So Ketten just using his free shot wisely.
And Curtin.
Yeah,
seemed
he'll
to
run down
be
the clock.
better prepared player, yeah, mentally, because
Just
he arrived
today,
in the venue,
yeah.
quite early, and
Yeah, and he was having a few warm-up frames. So today it would seem so. But still, like I don't want to make any final predictions
yes.
before next week because I think there's still a lot of pools to be played, and I think anything can still happen.
Yes. Before this match, we've got Llewellyn up on 33 points and Kitten
32, yeah.
on 32. That's just one frame difference.
Yeah, now there'll be a couple of frames difference. So next week, some of the players will feel under extra pressure, especially if the match didn't go as well as they had envisioned tonight.
Yes, and this leg is sponsored by Sombani Group of Companies, alongside Nux Creative, Q Sport Africa Media, your #1 broadcaster of Q Sport in the continent and beyond. What could be the improvement areas for the SPL as a league? Please join on the commentary there, on the comment section, and let us know what we can improve on.
Yeah, it's always a constructive criticism and feedback is always well received. So yeah, please let us know your thoughts.
And the SPL has just reached 200 views.
200,000.
200,000 views, guys, and
which
we
is
are
good to
edging
see.
closer to that halfway mark. 500,000.
Half a million.
With your help,
let's get it to a million. Still got a ways to go yet. So please, guys, share and subscribe to our channels. We are available on so many social platforms: IG, the Gram, TikTok, Facebook. If you're old like me, you use Facebook more than the other ones. So please recommend it to your friends. Oh, we overran position on that one. Now he's got a bit of a tester. So as I was saying, please follow us. Let's get this name out there.
And we've got Proven in the area tonight,
Paven also a very a prolific player, but also such a great, and there was a great pot on the black there.
With
such a great
administrator
administrator as well.
Left there isn't enough time to can even set up for an extra frame.
There's time. I think the best bet for Keaton will be to go for that golden break and then to have a gander at the finish. I play a bit of speed pool.
How was that shot there?
I mean, you shouldn't have been in that position in the first place, if I'm being very honest. But it was an excellent cut on the black. Let's see. What has he left himself with? No enough. But the
has he
reds
got anything
are
on the yellows? Yeah.
very sticky looking. Yellows got a fine cut on the center one, so he's going to have to go for that one, or he might choose for the yellow closest to him and cut that rather in the pocket. Nope, he's going to go for the seemingly easier option. And he's going to have to run around this table. I don't think he's going to make the finish. Keaton's like, no, I want to think about each shot first and then go for it. But yeah.
Yeah, we will be joined by, the leadership of the Uzukanye Foundation, at the start of our next match to give us the highs and lows about their community development program.
And he's got
Has he got anything here?
10 seconds left. Keaton, you're going to have to play quickly, dear. He hasn't left himself with enough time.
Yeah, he definitely
Right,
did not have
and
any
that
shots on
concludes
that
the
one.
match. 7-3. Prince will be joining our players to get the lowdown on how that match went. And Keaton will be relatively pleased with that performance, setting him up in a within striking distance of that ever elusive number one spot. Now we're just going to get Llewellyn to join Prince.
We've just witnessed another superb performance here by Ketten, who's just solidified his position at the top by beating the number one ranked player in the form of Llewellyn Sedgwick, who has left the playing area, very upset with himself about what actually took place here tonight. And no, he's been at the top, for the longest of time, but we do hope that he will recollect himself and get to speak to us a little bit later on. With that said, we're going to use the time now to speak to the victorious Ketten Naidu to find out from him what way, Ketten, good evening, and I hope you're well. Let's get to hear from Ketten as to what exactly he did that put him into a prime position here tonight. Ketten, you came here all guns blazing. You arrived a little bit earlier, fine-tuned yourself, the mental aspect of the game. Maybe something you need to tell the viewers about.
No, my mental aspect is very strong. I came in here to make sure that I win this match, and I did. So I'm happy with the victory. Could have liked to get one or two more frames, but I'm happy with the 7-3 against Llewellyn. He's a very good player. I had to make sure, and that's what I did.
You played well in both halves. Like I always say, in a match you get two halves to a match, but you stayed content throughout both sectors where you were on the up, and also at a time where you were trying to edge closer, when the score came to 4-3.
Yes. Well, look, I kept the lead, so I always kept him under pressure. And I think when he made mistakes, I tried to capitalize, and that was my game plan.
Your message to your legion of fans that came over to give you the support and support. So before we actually let you go, we will get to see the leaderboard, and I'm sure you're super excited about how you applied yourself tonight more than anything else.
Yes, no, definitely. So I take first position, I think so. I didn't see the leaderboard as yet, and I got one more match, and Nicky did well today. He won 9 frames, so I'm looking forward to that match. I'm still undefeated, and I just love the SPL. It's awesome. It's adrenaline. I'm even like sweating here. It's pressure all the way, but also to say, thank you so much. I always say it every week. Thank you so much to my fans, my family, my friends. I really enjoyed the support, and please keep supporting me.
Thank you so much. Those are the remarks of a champion, and we say, Ketten, week 6 lining up, and hopefully you're going to put up a better show. Thank you. Thank you. That was Ketten Naidu, guys, giving us the lowdown on his match. And without any further waste of time, guys, we will then be doing the build-up into our next match. That will be Aaron up against Nduna. Who wants it the most, guys, between the two players? Mishi will take us through that. All right. There is a leaderboard, guys. We can see Nico up in the front with 40 points. Ketten lying second with 38. Llewellyn with 36 points, guys. And Nsobo down to 29 points, guys. And it's all to play for in this match here between Aaron and Quinton. Who can try and stay on the league, guys?
Right, welcome back, folks. We're on to our penultimate match for this evening, and it's going to be a great one as well. We've got Aaron versus Nduna Quinton. So I'm going to be joined by Aaron as he makes his way up. He's sitting currently 7th on the leaderboard. Good evening, Aaron. Feeling strong for tonight's match?
Good evening. I have been looking forward to it, so just going to go out there and just do my best.
Always the best attitude to have. I'm interested to hear from you. How it's almost impossible to avoid statistics and who's lying where in a format like this. Are you a player that commonly looks at stats, playing trials or any sort of competition?
For trials, yes, I do look at stats. For this, it's been more about the frames. I've put in the most frames in this league. Obviously, I've been disappointed that I haven't gotten as many of the frames that I need to. So I have been looking at the stats, so I'm just hoping on improving my actual frame percentage.
So tonight, what's your strategy? Going out all guns blazing?
Have to. Still in the running. It's not over yet. Obviously not happy with where I am lying at the moment, but I know it's not over and I've just got to fight all the way to the end till the very last frame.
Loving the realistic, positive attitudes. All the best for tonight.
Thank you very much.
Right. Ever the optimist, so great to see from Aaron. Now I'm going to be joined by none other than Nduna Quinton. He's sitting 8th on the log. So, Quinton, how do you feel knowing where you're sitting tonight on the log? Like, how's it going to affect your play tonight?
Not going to affect anything. It's just going to make me more brave to go for everything and make it happen.
So no fear, that's a good strategy. And I'm also interested to hear, how has this league impacted your performance in other leagues, in other competitions?
Well, it's definitely boosted my confidence, that's for sure. It has boosted my confidence a lot, and it's just made me a better player by confidence. Confidence is everything.
Well, personally, I've seen you play a lot of matches and there's a marked improvement, so congratulations. And last question, who would you most like in this country to join the SBL?
Most definitely Aiden. Definitely Aiden, yeah.
Seems to be a universal answer tonight, so maybe Aiden, you should be watching this. So all the best for tonight. Let's see some awesome break and finishes, golden breaks, everything from you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, so there you hear it from our players, and you can hear the crowd supporting him as well. So let's go back to commentary, let the players get started.
All right, guys, and here we go to see, the players as to where they ranked. Quentin at number 8, and Aaron at number 7, 48 frames played and 53 play. And we can see that Quentin is on 18 points, whereas Aaron is on 21 points. And the frames win ratio, Mishi.
So still the frame win rate is fairly high, but you just have to win more frame or have a higher frame count, and I think that's what these guys have struggled a little with. Also, not getting many bonus points in the form of break and finishes.
It's gonna be an interesting match here to be able to see the confidence level of the two players. Seeing that they are at the bottom of this lock.
Yeah, I feel like they will just give it their all. I mean, they will play fearlessly. They will play with nothing to lose. And I like their positive attitude. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not over till it's over. So I'm looking exceedingly forward to seeing what they produce tonight.
All right. Well, we'll be joined a little bit later here on the program by the Ozukai Foundation that are going to have a word with myself and Mishi, spread, throughout. And they will be joining us as we go back live, and Mishi taking you through frame number 1.
Awesome. So, Nduna winning the lag, first to break off. He's been playing really well this week in various competitions and tournaments in league. So you can just see his confidence growing all the time. And this is what these leagues are all about as well, these competitions are all about. Great for our fans, but also great for the development of our players. And he's grabbed his opportunities with both hands, I will say that. Even if he hasn't always got the results that he's wanted. Great experience for him. Made a ball on that break. So, not the greatest spread. Got 2 reds tied up by that 1 yellow. So he might be opting for yellows. He's just got a rail pot as his first opening shot. And from personally noticing his game over the week at various competitions, he's definitely become more deliberate. He's slowed down his pace just ever so slightly. He's not hitting very many reckless shots. He's cueing a lot more smoothly compared to what he was doing perhaps at the beginning of the league. Not feeling the pressure so much to prove anything, just playing it natural, where Quinton Nduna becomes very dangerous indeed. So he will be looking to make as many finishes as possible. And that just proves my point there. I mean, he's playing really smoothly, cueing through the ball properly, weighing up his options without playing too slowly. And that will serve it well. He was very nearly rewarded for taking on that shot. I don't know if he served better to take on the yellows near the bottom of the table first. But he's hampered a little bit with his cueing. And he's going to pay the price for that a little. Reds are all open. Aaron, the likely favourite to finish this frame off. So with his first touch of the table, landing nicely with a variety of options. Aaron with no specific national Q Sport honours as yet, but I don't feel like that's too far off in the future for him. He was runner-up in the first 10K Knockout Series event on the 16th of October, and he beat some quality opposition along the way. So definitely a dangerous player. Never underestimate him. Talented, confident, positive. You can see there in very short frame, so he takes the first frame and have the upper hand a little with the break in hand. His aim obviously to retain his spot now in this league. So one mistake proving quite costly for Nduna. Nduna, funnily enough.
Yes, Michi, good to be back.
Yes.
We see here that there's been some solid highlights of how Aaron wrapped up that frame there. And what do you think the approach will be by Nduna, knowing that, you know, there's only one more week left after tonight, and
I think
relegation
it's
looming?
Relegation does seem likely for him. Obviously don't want to speak too soon, but I think he will be focusing on soaking up the opportunity, being on the cameras every Thursday night, playing against the types of players that he's playing.
It's not often you see this kind of break, huh?
It's like they've all sort of like migrated.
It's not something that you see all the time.
No,
now,
not
the
at
big
all.
question is, did we have any of the balls going past the center line here from this break?
Petunia seems to think so. Maybe we can get a replay of that break. Our trusty referee, I'm sure she had her eye on it. No good. All right, so traffic for days for Aaron to negotiate.
Whoa, what an attempt there by Lucas to try and create something out of nothing there.
Yeah, I suppose he had to go for that considering the time constraints and what his goal for tonight is.
Relegation dogfight, this is that match here tonight?
Yeah, I think both of them are fair amount of points trailing, so they'd have to, in all honesty, produce a very special performance to avoid relegation and going into next week as well. But again, no one's safe. I mean, like we've seen people rack up like 11, 12 frames, so you know, it's highly possible.
Yes, let's get to see what the approach is like from Dunham, and he's a player that likes to go for it. He doesn't hold back from his shots, you know, but one of his downfalls in his league has been the lack of accuracy at vital stages in a match.
And he's habitually an extremely accurate player. So, you know, there's a variety of factors contributing to that in terms of like, even the lighting. I mean, it's extremely bright compared to like the average table. The pace, the cameras, you know, being under the spotlights, you know, that's will always have an effect on players with less experience, let's say at like a Worlds or something like that. But like the only way you get better at that is to subject yourself to it regularly, which he has done.
In the cricket world, Mishi, they've got the IPL in cricket. It's got what you call a player draft, you know?
Yeah.
Or a player auction.
Oh,
Could
yeah.
that be something that maybe perhaps the SPL could
Yeah.
look into
Auction of
moving
players.
forward?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting setup. And see like who would bid for
I
whom.
mean, it's a new year coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'd, if we had like the from all over the country, we had leagues like this, I think that would be easier, and then like your clubs could bid for players.
Yes, he can be able to see the ball. He just needs to be able to look at the angle, getting onto the black. That is the key part.
Yeah. But already these frames taking a little longer than they would like. So he has to make good on this finish and then get on with the task at hand. It's unfortunate, rattling that's yellow, and Aaron has a little foot in the doorway here.
Let's use this moment to actually look into one of the key aspects of the game, the technique, your stance, your cueing action. How important is that, and what is the right type of stance or cueing action? Is it depending on player by player, or there's a set format to say this is how you need to be able to keep your cue? And let's hear the comments, guys.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm a fundamentalist. Like I believe in textbook stance. But there's a lot of players who, like, if I've seen like playing in All Africa, for example, there's lots of players who haven't had formal training, who have developed their own sense of style and are incredibly accurate. And also, I think natural talent comes into it as well, because if you don't cue with a good rhythm, and you don't time your shots well, you're naturally going to miss more pots anyway. So I think there's a certain set of fundamentals that you have to have, but it's also that comfort, that flair that some players have, which makes the fundamentals seem less important. So if you look here, like Aaron, for example, what I'm noticing there is like he's got the normal stance, but it feels like he's leaning a little bit back from his shot, whereas traditionally you should lean forward into your shot, but it works for him. Some people like to pause at the beginning of the shot or after the drawback. Some people like to play like with less follow through even. Depends on what works for you.
Long bridge, short bridge.
Yeah, I mean, look at Chris Melling.
Yeah.
He's got an incredibly long drawback, and that's why he gets so much action on the ball. Some people, especially on the cloth where it's a lot of movement, they will shorten that feathering and that drawback significantly. What they're comfortable with.
Yeah. So Aaron to break now in frame number 3. Is he going to extend his lead?
Oh, that's what he's going for.
How was that for a break? We've just seen in the area Takalani Mareda.
Yeah, a season 1 player. Lucky to see him joining us. Well, he's a prolific player in his own right, isn't he?
Yes. Look at A rerun of that break over there. Very slow drop on that yellow there.
Oh, and he's missed his first pot.
And an unforced error.
Yeah.
Just to start things up.
Yeah, sir. And Nduna, you've got an opportunity here.
Yeah, Mishi, this is week 6. We've seen some great highlights, from the players here. And who do you think is holding it up better in terms of temperament from these players in there?
I think I have to say Nicky. He has been, in terms of his general approach to every match, he's been rock solid. If you didn't know what the score was, you wouldn't be able to tell based on the fact that he doesn't change his approach. He's just confident. He believes in his ability unequivocally, and he just goes for his shots, and he's just, as his name suggests, he's just fearless. So I'd have to say I think he's been the best in terms of temperament.
Yes, and a very important passage of play here for Quinton, because he needs to be able to bring up a frame now so that his confidence level does not, go lower down,
How he finishes this league will have a great bearing on his future prospects as well, regardless of like relegation or promotion or whatever the case is.
And Aaron seems to be in
he's just going about his
mode,
He's just going about his business as well. Also talented and calm, and he's in terms of the outlook of the game and the attitude towards the game. I have to compliment Aaron. I mean, he's always looking forward. Okay, cool. How can I improve? I'm not going to get down on myself in terms of like my playing or my results. I'm just going to keep plugging away, and I think that's a really good attitude to have.
Aaron, where was this form, in the previous weeks, if one may ask? Where was this form from Aaron, And,
I think he left it a bit late in the last season as well. He started to perform really well at the end. It seems to be his pattern. Maybe it's almost like in his subconscious, like the nerves in the beginning, jumping up on a shot here and there, and that becomes a habit, and then he sorts it out later on in the league.
For those watching, some would want to know who actually Aaron is. Can you give them the lowdown on Aaron,
So Aaron's been in the Gauteng black ball setup for quite some years now, and he hails from Kempton Park. He's 33 years of age. He's a reservations manager, and he's looking to secure his spot one day in a South African team. In terms of his results from the SPL, he's lost his matches, but often with a high frame count, and he drew 7 all with it, which is a notable performance as well. 1 break and finish so far, which he's still looking to improve upon.
Yes, 3-0 the score is to Aaron, and I can tell you now that, guys, if you do want your club or your region to be involved with the SPL, all you got to do is drop us an email on info@supaproleague.com. Supa as in SUPA, proleague.com, and then we can be able to be in conversation with you. There is Aaron stats there, 23 points, ranked number 7, and
See how he breaks off. Also going for that second ball break. And he nearly
that
got
could have
quite
been an
fortunate
awesome golden break.
His heart
Something
skipped
that has
a
gone
beat.
dry.
Yeah, a dry break nonetheless. So let's see once again. Yeah, the black ball was heading in the right direction. And there's just 1 ball now tied up for Nduna to work out, but otherwise he's got some options here. And yellow it is. A little bit of traffic near the top half of the table here, so he's going to have to really think carefully about how he's going to develop those 3 balls.
So there is Nduna trying to exert himself on this frame here.
Look at that
shot
creative
there.
shot.
Look at that
Not
shot there.
rewarded for it quite. Oh, ball's still spinning. Look at all the spin that he put on that.
All right, we're going to be joined shortly by the leadership of the Ukukanya Foundation, one of the community development projects involved with us as the SPL right here. And I'm going to be joined by their leader here named Umbali from Alexander with Lava. Let's get to hear from Umbali here. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Mbali, can you tell us about the Uzukanye Mbogodo Foundation and the work you do in Alexandria?
Thank you so much for bringing us here, for inviting us here. It's always a pleasure. So Uzukanye Mbogodo Foundation was founded in 2020, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. It was a response. It was born because we were responding to the educational gaps that we are facing in Alex. I honestly believe that the pandemic exposed the gaps in education that we are currently experiencing in our townships, the lack of resources that kids have, and the lack of opportunities and exposure that children have in our township. So I think the COVID-19 pandemic, it exposed that, and it actually showed us that we need to take action as a community as a whole, and take action as a community so that we find solutions in how to break this barrier. Because at the end of the day, these are our future leaders. Our president, next president could be from Alexandra, could be from Tembisa, we do not know. But if we do not invest in our kids, then we will definitely never know where our future leaders are going to come from, our future CEOs, our future managers, people that are going to lead us further. So Uzukanya was born because of that, so that we can prepare our kids as they are still young, prepare them for the life that they're going to live. I mean, some of the jobs that we have today, we didn't have them 10, 15 years ago when we were finishing school.
What inspired you to start this project?
I was inspired, obviously, because we live in Alexander. Like I said, the gaps in education. I, as a parent myself, when the pandemic hit, then you saw that, you know what, our kids do not get access to these kinds of resources. And to have these kind of resources in Alex, it would be beneficial, honestly, for everyone. So the inspiration came from the point that I saw that kids were being left behind. They are not getting enough opportunities, but there's so much potential. There's so much untapped potential in Alexander. They just need an opportunity. They need exposure. They need someone or an organization that can actually believe in them and tell them that, you know, your dreams are valid. It is possible. You can still do it. Where you come from does not determine where you are going. You know, you can rewrite your story. I honestly believe that you are the architect of your own life. So we are giving children an opportunity to also design their own life, to design their own future as well.
You certainly can rewrite your story. Tell us about the importance of your organization's partnership with SPL.
So the partnership with SPL is very important because both organizations, we share the same vision. We in building confident and disciplined youth, and also making sure that children get equal access to opportunities as well. SPL brings the structure, the mentorship, and the sports development. We at Uzukanye, we bring education, we bring community support, and we make sure that we bring everybody and all the opportunities together as well.
Okay, what makes Uzukanye Mbogodo Foundation different from other community organizations?
What really makes us different is that we are truly rooted in Alexandra Township. We understand the real challenges our children and our communities face. We are a women-led organization driven by empathy, consistency, and discipline. Our approach is holistic. We support learners academically, emotionally, and socially. So we don't just offer programs to children. We build trust, we build relationships, and we build long-term growth. Our work is community-centered, intentional, and it is also deeply, deeply personal as well.
Unlucky for Quentin to be able to drop black in the middle of the frame there. Let's have a real look at that, Mbali. So he went there and then unfortunately dropped the black. That is what we call an unforced error, you know, an own goal.
An own goal, yes.
Yeah,
I've been learning so much.
That is an own goal.
I did an own goal myself
yeah.
as I was playing on the side.
Yes. We can see Quentin, that his player stat is ranked number 8 with 18 points. He's got 2 break and finishes and he's on a 62%. So he's the lowest ranked player in the league at this point in time. So he needs to play now for pride tonight.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
2 more weeks left. It's this week and next week. So not a chance for him to can be able to escape relegation, but he still needs to play for his legacy.
Yes, and honestly, I believe that miracles are possible. You'll never know the turnaround. Hey?
Yes.
I think maybe he might prove the.
Yes.
Maybe he might.
Yeah, whilst we're on it, tell us, what message would you like to leave with the youth and potential partners who may be watching this, you know?
First message to the youth, I want every youth out there to remember that you are worthy, your dreams are valued, and at Uzukanya we believe that each and every child is a VIP. Everyone is valued, is inspired, and everyone is prepared for the future as well. So our partners will be honored for you to join us in building a stronger future. Every resource collaboration or sponsorship will help us empower more young people in Alexandra and beyond as well.
All right, and how does the out-of-school program empower young people academically and socially?
Can you please repeat that again?
How does the out-of-school program empower young people academically and socially?
So we create stability. We've partnered with iRainbow Education, which is one of South Africa's leading digital platforms in education, so that they can help bridge the gaps in education. So we create stability for kids, we create a routine, and we also create hope for learners who need it the most, especially, like I said, in the rural areas and in townships like Alexandra as well.
Yes, and in closure, how can people support Uzukanye Bogodo Foundation and be part of the mission?
You can support us by partnering with us. You can sponsor a learner. You can volunteer your services. So if you are a teacher or you are a varsity student or you just have a skill or a passion and you want to do something great for the community, we always welcome collaborations because we also need resources. You as an accountant could be the next person that is teaching the next accountant to be the next great accountant. You know, we need volunteers, we need contribution of resources, whether you've got old laptops, old school books, stationery that you're no longer using. All of those resources are very much needed in Alexandra because some kids even start the year without basic needs of stationery such as a pencil, a school bag, all of those resources. So when we receive those resources and those donations, they actually help their child, another child to actually go to school and be like other kids and actually have the resources that they require as well.
And where can people find you? Contact information and social media platforms.
So we are available on all social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We are Uzukanya Mbogodo, NPC. You can also send us an email for partnerships and collaborations at uzukanyambogodo@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp, which is 064-185-1889. I'll just repeat the number again, 064-185-1889. And we'll be more than happy to hear from you if you are interested in partnering with us, volunteering your services, or even becoming a part of the events that we're going to be hosting. We're very excited about that, bringing youth together. So we'd really, really welcome more people, more stakeholders to be a part of this mission as well.
What a moment with the pretty Mbali from Alex with Love, and it's beauty combined with brains. And he's saying,
thank you so much. You're making me so shy.
Please keep it up and make sure that Alex gets to the top in terms of community development.
We will definitely do that. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
That was Mbali, and we say thank you so much for joining us here on this round of the SPL as Quentin goes down to pot the black, and you just predicted that Quentin would win the next frame, and he's just done that.
I told you the power of the mouth, the universe, miracles happen.
Oh yes, that was Mbali, guys, from Uzukanye Foundation, and what an awesome pleasure to have you here tonight. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we're going into another frame here shortly, and she's not here alone, Mbali, but she's also joined by two of her counterparts. So she's just going to introduce those two counterparts to us here so that we get who is accompanying her.
I'm sorry, hi.
Yeah, your name?
Evening.
Yes.
Mbali is accompanied by Nandi Mabaso, also a director at Uzukanye Mbogodo Foundation. I am proud to be here with her today, and we're having a good time so far. We are showcasing our brand and hoping to gain visibility from the spotlight that we are here on right now.
You being here tonight, you know, what are you taking home from visiting Billiard Cafe tonight?
We are taking home investors within our company, our business, or maybe people that are willing to volunteer, who want to join Uzukani and help us achieve more and become more, I don't know, but more in our in our community and boost our visibility, as well as to have more influence and be more other than being in Alex.
What do you hope to achieve in 2026?
We hope to achieve maybe gaining more visibility in other places like Soweto. We are already working our way there. Soweto, Tembisa, any surrounding neighborhoods, we are hoping to get there, bring awareness and to help improve our company as well as help other kids. Because we know we focus more on kids, education, women, skills development. We want to achieve more and help the youth gain more skills and opportunities in the work environment.
Yeah. Your message to youth, your closing message to the youth of Alexander and other townships. Yeah.
My closing message to the youth, we want to say,
Yeah, your message to youth.
we want to say that the youth is worthy, the youth is more capable than they think. They should believe in themselves, and as young as I am, I have learned to take risks. So, if you want to be an entrepreneur, businesswoman, or anything that you want to be, I feel like you should be able to take risks. Know that it's not going to be easy. It's always up and down road. It's never easy. So you must be able to make sure that when you get to the low parts, do not give up and work your way back up and do
So
better.
would you say in closure that for you guys as Uzukani, the sky is the limit?
It's not even the limit. You can go above the skies. You can be better and do better.
Thank you so much for joining us. What an evening this has been. There
you.
we see Aaron. Aaron is the player here, so yeah, we're going to be joined here by Mishi at halfway stage, and what an evening this has been. I see you've just got to see the great Takalani Morera,
Yes,
around the
checking in.
area. He's hoping to make his mark back into the Premier League.
Yeah, it was just we were on the verge of talking about what type of season he's had, and all players that go through the ups and downs, and but all the great players always end up coming back. So
Let's
I reckon
see
we'll
that
see him
break
again.
there by Aaron.
Yeah, decent break off.
Aaron is in a mood to finish
Yeah,
frames tonight. Where was this
that was
appetite,
reckless. Yeah.
in the last 5 weeks?
His appetite's there. The execution maybe not always, but like the will is absolutely there. And like all these players, like getting experience and just racking up those hours under pressure, etc., will always stand them in good stead. So I think he's growing as a player, and he's doing a good job. He really is.
Yes, and without much further ado, we can tell you that this is last gasp, saloon for these players here to try and improve on their performances, and because we are in week 6, there isn't a lot of time.
Yeah, you only have one more week of round robin knockout, so you don't really want to leave it to the last
How much
minute.
of that red can he possibly see, Michi? That's the big question.
Yeah, I don't.
Look at
I'm
his
not
cue. Yeah, it tells you
convinced.
he can't see it as perfectly as we thought.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to swerve it.
Yeah, is Quentin going for it there?
Yeah, he didn't have the potting angle wasn't on. So allowing Aaron back into the mix. And Aaron will pretty much be like, well, thank you for that.
Now the big question is, if you have missed any of the action, you can catch up with the week's action from our blog at superproleague.com, or you can watch the matches again by visiting our Super Pro League YouTube channel as well as our Facebook channel.
A variety of socials for you to follow us on, so it always helps us out. Please do give it a like and a watch and a subscribe, and let's get the word out there. South Africa doing the things in terms of great live streaming.
Yeah, we are sitting on 200,000 followers, guys. Keep following, and we want to reach that magical 1 million subscribers.
No, absolutely. Some great partnerships as well, getting involved to keep on bringing you the action through season 3.
Look at how that managed to escape and enough.
Yeah, a little lucky there, but nonetheless, he backs himself. And again, he's racking up a couple of good points with just under 20 minutes to go. So he's definitely still in the fight to prevent that, well, it's a bit of a swear word, relegation, isn't it? Out of the Super Pro League, out of the Pro Division, and he would get relegated into the First Division.
What a shot that was by Aaron there. Probably his best shot of season 2.
No, he's pulled off some pretty epic finishes himself. So shot of the night for him, I reckon. Hasn't had the best night, but he's holding firm and he's sticking to his guns.
Yes, there we see Aaron with only one break and finish so far. Can he pull one out here? Yeah, he's been a victim of dry break, as evidenced by what just happened here now.
And that's a big difference, isn't it? In terms of like just keeping yourself at the table, just accruing those finishes. Difference between making it into the top 3 and languishing in the bottom 3 of the rankings.
Yes, awesome to see Quentin still enjoying playing in the SPL despite being at the tail of the league at this point in time.
Yeah, I really like the fact that he's just taking an opportunity to learn as much as possible. He's held his head up high. And it's showing, maybe not in this league, but in terms of other performances in other competitions and leagues, you can see the difference.
He's got to play and knock that yellow out now.
He's going to still keep position on that red near the bottom of the table, which I believe he's managed to do.
He definitely is not shaking his head, so meaning he's still in very good space at this point in time. Let's get to see what the comments are coming from social media. Mishi, take us through some of the comments.
Yeah, and so much support for Nduna, aka Quentin, for those of you who don't know. And he's definitely got a great following, and everyone willing him on, even though he makes mistakes here and there. Very popular player, nonetheless, just countrywide and at the club as well. And you know what I want to say about him as well is he actually he always has time to spend with the newer players, and he's always up for a session, giving good advice to players joining leagues. So he's always got altruistic intentions in mind as well, which is really nice to see.
All right, there's Drive Right saying, Princey, please put me in touch with Mbali from Uzukanya. I would like to have a conversation about empowering the youth of Alex. We will certainly do that. All you got to do is drop me a WhatsApp on 081 557 9777, and we will ensure that you get to speak to Mbali. Alternatively, send us an email on info@superproleague.com, and then you can get in touch with Uzukanye Foundation.
Yeah, that last positional shot was no good. It's little mistakes like that that always make a difference.
Drive Right, please feel the need to drop your email or contact details so that we can make it a two-way communication.
Yeah, it's a great initiative. I mean, speaking to her, she's got such a great story in terms of like recognizing her own legacy and wanting to like uplift those, still feeling the remnants of like our apartheid past. So really, such a great organization to get involved with.
Yes, and I believe that Induna's got a new bike, and they're asking him
I
to
saw that.
focus on the match rather than the bike.
Well, that's not very nice.
Aaron is on fire tonight. He's like, you know, a roller coaster.
Yeah, no, he's just showcasing his ingrained talent quite nicely there. Going
Even
through
in
the
season
motions.
one, Mishi, we saw Aaron coming at a death. And
Yeah, and I've mentioned it before, he's got a never say die attitude. We saw from the preliminary competition that we had, making it all the way to the final, only losing in a decider against Alvin,
yeah.
a prolific player in his own right. So yeah, might not be the results he wants right now, but stick with the plan and the results will take care of themselves.
Yes. There we see Quentin, that replay of how he missed that ball over there, cost him the frame.
Yeah, and confined to his chair. Looking a little grumpy at the moment, understandably so. All right, second ball break. Can we get a golden break? That's better.
Oh yeah, there we
Nice
see
and
a
open.
much better break. There's a chance for a run out here.
Yeah.
The only litmus test is the red on the opposite side, almost by the
It's
side
got
of
a
the
couple of
cushion.
balls to lead onto it. Nice little segues onto that troublesome red, if you want to call it that.
There we see the man on a mission. The man is on a mission for redemption tonight.
Yeah. Trying to save himself from relegation. He's got a nice angle now to take out that red close to the yellow on the left hand side and leave himself on a nice shot for that rail. He's choosing not to attack that just yet.
This is the pool that I know Aaron
Yeah.
capable of dishing, you know. But I wonder, why did he leave it behind in the previous 5 weeks?
I think that's something he's got to discover in his own time as well. Like a pool, as much as a physical game, it's such a mental game. So maybe working with some sort of mental coach as well. Plenty of good reading material on sports psychology might actually be something that will serve him well. I don't know if I would have left that rail red till last, but he's played a nice positional shot there to land perfectly on it.
Yes, what
And
a
that will
shot
be a very
this
nice
has turned
run
out
out.
to be.
Beautiful.
Aaron playing
And we'll take him to 8
pool
points.
like you cannot believe it.
Yeah, beautiful. That's what he's capable of. That's what we like to see.
A whitewash,
Yeah.
taking him
So
to
that will give him that
8-1. Yeah.
bonus point. Yeah.
There's some of the spectators in the area, so we can see Aaron is ranked number 5 with 28 points. Is he doing enough this year? He might just escape relegation now. This man, he's got Houdini antics.
Yeah, he's living on the edge a little, so let's see what he does next week as well. Just looking at the comments here as well, we've got viewership from Egypt, where Hayball is currently being played. So Carl Akalu checking in, actually.
Yes.
So another player maybe who would love to see on this.
Congratulations to Kyle for winning, you know, the recent event in Cape Town. I think
Yeah, how many
he's
titles
just
did he
now-
win at once?
Yes, he's a
Was all the
decorated
9
player
ball,
now. Yeah,
10 ball, yeah, he's
14
brilliant.
to 1.
So
He only needs
congrats,
to
Mr.
make his
Akalu.
mark in Hayball now.
Yeah, there's quite a few players in Egypt at the moment.
Speak about Hayball, Mishi. We're gonna be having the All Africa Hayball in Egypt this coming weekend.
Yeah, they're
And we've
already
got-
playing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it started already, and we got the likes of Nicola Rousseau, you know, Alexia.
Marina,
Yes, Marina. You
my
know.
good friend Bianca Sherink, she's also gone and getting
Yeah.
some experience there. So good luck, B.
Yes. Jeremy Jude Yankia is also at the tournament.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And we've just seen the
Good
great
position.
news about there is the Killer Lighty getting a hayball contract.
That's
Ethan
amazing.
Cherry, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get the
Overran that
position?
just ever so
Yes.
slightly, but that's fine. He had options. And you can just feel there's a
There
little
we're seeing-
crowd developing on my left-hand side here. You can see they're all like just pulling for Nduna just to keep playing his shots to rack up a couple of frames. So I like the fact that this club shows so much support. Yeah, that'll do. Positional shot required to get nicely onto this red closest to the left-hand side. But you're just checking to see if you can take that ball out now and if the red on the right-hand side actually does pass. It appears that it does. He's in two minds. Perhaps the better shot. Yes. That was a much better choice of shot. Landed perfectly on that center red. Backing himself all the way. Last week I had a lot to say about how he didn't go around and check his position on his next shot enough. Maybe he listened to me.
There's an interesting.
Perfect.
Oh, what a positional play there by Quentin, you know.
He's got to avoid the black. Lovely shot. And that is the Quentin we know. Yeah, his confidence will do well with that finish. Right, just over 6 minutes left. Can he do it? Can he make a couple of break and dish frames? You might be able to hear the crowd again willing him on.
What a break there by.
Oh,
Quentin.
it's a
Is
dry
he gonna
break,
get a
unfortunately.
Ball down.
No. Right, so Aaron most likely opting for those reds. Got a bit of development in that little cluster to make. I don't
What a
know if he's
chance
done
there
enough
for
of
Aaron.
that, but he's got the center pot and he can run. Well, I don't know, but he can run into this pack. Yeah, I was worried about that enough because the angle wasn't quite right to hit it center head on.
Nduna's got such great support, you know.
Yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
nice to see.
Hope that can have a ripple in effect on his game moving ahead, you know.
No, I think it has.
Yeah. He's just a lovable figure, you know.
Yeah,
But you
very
know,
popular player. Very
uh,
popular indeed. Oh, that was a
the
bit
late
careless
Nick
though.
Zulu always used to remind me that pool is definitely not for the guys, you know, who want to be nice, you know, when you're on the
I
table.
don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I can disagree with that. You can be
Yeah.
competitive,
Yeah.
but you can always be nice.
That's a good one. What's your take, you the
Yeah.
viewer watching from should you be a nice guy or a nice lady, on the pool table. Will that work for you?
There's a difference. Like there's competitive spirit, but there's still altruism. There's still respect. It's still like sportsmanship at the end of the day.
Yes.
I don't know. I have a soft spot for the nice guys who win. Nice guys don't always finish last.
Yes. Our number one player in the form of Llewellyn Sedgwick dropped a match tonight, and he wasn't too pleased with himself. He actually even forgot to stay for the post-match interview. You know,
to say the least.
Yeah.
And that's just the mark of a lot of players.
It's more of a regrettable incident, and I do believe that he will surely come back stronger in.
No, of course.
Yeah, the coming week, and then have a much stronger performance next week that will yield a result and leave him in the hunt for the title.
Yeah, I reckon he will. As most players will. Well, everyone likes to say to players when they're struggling, don't be so hard on yourself. But it's often when you're very realistic with your performance, and when you not destructive, but when you're hard on yourself in the manner that it makes you focus more, and that can be a very powerful thing. I actually said those exact words last night to a struggling league mate. And
we've got Kyle Akalu, guys, following here all the way from Egypt with love, And we're saying, Kyle, keep doing that awesome job of being a great ambassador for our sport in South Africa, in Africa, and across the globe.
No, absolutely.
And congratulations on your Arsenal team getting that much-needed victory against Bayern Munich last night. Go Gunners!
All right, the score now, Aaron having a solid win at 9-2, but obviously hasn't reached 9 frames yet, so that's why they haven't stopped playing just yet. He's obviously got a bonus point from a break and finish.
Yes. And Kyle came up with a very good suggestion for us to discuss which province is the most decorated in terms of titles in the country. Is it GP? Is it Western Cape? Is it Eastern Cape? Which province is the leader in terms of raking in the titles at nationals?
Well, how far do you want to go back? I think people have short
question.
memories in terms of players from the 80s and 90s. So I think if you look at the stats, it'd be quite closer than we think. I think Western Cape and Gauteng are definitely in the running, of course.
Oh yes, and most definitely the Okukanya Foundation will be getting much needed help, moving forward and making sure that they get the support needed to really take their project to greater heights. And how did he miss that one? Is there enough time for him to still make?
He's got a minute, or just under a minute, perhaps. Well, at the rate he plays, sure. Let's see what he does.
And he missed that, and that should be
I think that will be the
certainly
end of the
bringing
match.
an end to the proceedings. What an evening this has been, Mishi, as we edge forward to the Ntobo versus Shane matchup, and I would like to speak about week 6, holistically, and it's been one of those weeks where the players have explored different things on the table, but rather wanting to go for a last chance saloon.
Yeah. That match between Nsovo and Shane, you guys are in for a treat.
Oh, and he finished
that.
that.
Wow, look at that.
Just when the time was gone. Yeah. I wonder if that will count. But I'm going to use this moment to speak to the
Prince heading over for the post-match interviews. And they ever ready smile, even though the result didn't go in Duna's way.
sorry, quite doing science.
What an evening this has turned out to be. I mean, season 2, week number 6, and I can tell you that the players have gone out there and really poured their heart out on the table. We've had top of the table clashes. We've had tables where they are matches where they've been affecting the bottom half of the table, and I can tell you all round it's been a scintillating evening. And without much further ado, I'm going to speak here to a player that came second here tonight in the form of Quentin. Quentin, another evening to quickly forget what happened.
To quickly forget, eh? Well, there's nothing. The balls were fine. I played myself, and there's nothing I can do about it.
What could be the take-home areas from season 2 of the SPL in terms of the quality of opposition you've come up against and where you fell short?
Well, the quality of oppositions is very good, very high quality. It's just that we're playing an open game. It's not like a normal game that people would think, you know what, this is so easy. We're playing an open game here. We're playing something different. We're not playing touch and percentage pool. We're playing finishing, game over. Yeah.
We've heard from the grapevine that you've got a new bike. Tell us about it.
Nobody wants to know about that now. But yeah, it's my adrenaline rush. It's something that I want to take up and do now. So yeah, super bike.
Another Mark Marquez in the making, guys. And this man also plays table tennis. Quentin, we wish you the best for the week ahead.
Thank you so much.
We've heard it from Quentin, guys. And now we're going to shift our attention to the player that was on top of his performance tonight in the form of Aaron. Aaron had one of the evenings of season 2. Let's get to hear from Aaron. Aaron, congratulations on a splendid performance here tonight. Where was this form in weeks past?
Yeah, I did play a bit better tonight. I just think that on the other nights I just had off nights. At least I got some good frames on the board. I didn't miss much and I did play well. So yeah, I don't know where it came from, but I did practice a lot before the actual match.
What would be your improvement areas in the week to come?
I think my break is improvement for next week. Especially since the first few breaks were bad, and then after I switched sides, started breaking a bit better, but they were still dry. So I only broke and potted twice on the break, I believe. So I just need to improve my break, and then from there everything else will fall in place.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much.
There was Aaron, guys, and it is at that point, you know, where we would like to see how the movements have affected the leaderboard, where we've seen players moving up and down. And I'm going to be joined shortly here by Mishi, who's going to take us through some of the highlights of the evening in terms of the movement in the leaderboard. What an evening this has been thus far.
I think mention has to be made of Nico Erasmus from earlier on. Clinical performance, getting 10 points, and that will put him quite a few frames, I believe, clear in that top position. But secondly, special mention has to be made of Aaron. He's been like fighting not to get relegated, and to come out with a performance to get 9 frames like he did now was awesome for his confidence, and I think he's still in the running to maintain his spot in the league.
Without much further ado, let us now look at the leaderboard today. Is it on top here? Mishi, take us through just some of those highlights.
All right, so as I mentioned, Nico now 3 points clear of Ketten and Llewellyn. Llewellyn slipping to 3rd position. He obviously had a disappointing performance tonight. Sorvo had a fabulous performance last week in the pre-recorded match. He's sitting on 29 points with some work to do to get into the top 3. But look at Aaron. climbing up to position number 5. So Lucas and Shane with their work cut out for them. Who's going to be relegated, I wonder?
Yes, and it's been such an evening where players were actually giving out some personalities about themselves on the table.
I mean, Quinton, for example, they're like obviously putting maybe a bit of pressure on himself, really going for different types of shots and finishes, and it's not really paying off at the moment. So unfortunately, I don't think there's much chance of staying in the league, but mention must be made of players like Llewellyn, really hard on themselves, but that just shows their motivation as well.
Let's look at Quinton's stats there, Michi, that gives us an idea of where he is positioned now.
Yeah, we just
Aaron
mentioned those, and we're looking at Aaron as well. He's got 1 break and finish, and he's ranked now number 4th, however, and he's built up a lot of frame counts, so, and he's won a lot of those frames. Now he's pushed up his percentage to 64%, and so he's got a good chance of staying in the league now.
Yeah, what an evening this has turned out to. One of the things missing in general tonight was, the apples as well as the golden breaks.
Yeah, no golden breaks and a lot of dry breaks. We luckily didn't see too many in-offs on the break as well. So these guys just have to work on, maybe get a few practice hours on the table, work out where is the best position to put the whites in terms of their break, get those open breaks so that they can rack up as many points as possible. And whoever comes the most committed, whoever puts in the most time, I think those results will speak for themselves as we head into the last week.
Without further ado, we are now building up to this massive clash between Ntobo Matonsi and Shane Pile, which will have a massive impact into week 7.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys you're in for a treat. You're in for a great match ahead from that pre-recording.
Looking forward to that encounter and hope that it brings about the desired result that will impact week 7.
Let's get to it.